as realistic about that as possible for you guys.
Hey, at least we have rocks that we can tell Artemis to fucking get in
so
here.
I'll share the map to you guys.
I don't care if the fucking things are talking to you. Get in here.
Yeah. So this is not something to be taken lightly, I guess is how I'd say that. So let me just be as thoroughly clear on that as possible, that you guys definitely could. Now, I told Fox that I was kidding in Discord, and I am for the most part, but it's not impossible for you guys to be wiped out completely, because it's a very dangerous fight. So be I guess thorough in your thinking of what you're planning to do and so on, especially because you guys are walking in without Automate with you. Second thing, there's just quick primer things here. Becky, when you casted Shadow Skin, do you remember when that was? Was it outside the house or back at the Worgen camp, or was it like at the bushes or the spooky tree or something? Do you remember?
It was at the bushes, I think. It was while we were walking.
Okay, all right. So you're still got plenty of time on that then, so that's not a concern there. And then,
yeah, because when I was on the broom, I had a ghost in front of me with it.
Yeah. And then, lastly, Pogo, you casted Guiding Bolt to blow up the eyeball. Did you upcast that? Do you remember? Because you've got 2 second level slots marked off, and one of them was invisibility.
It was,
but Guiding Bolt's normally on the one.
Just. I'm just gonna mark off a level 1 slot. I don't remember, but that's fine.
Well, I don't remember.
Let's see, what second level spots would I have done?
Invisibility.
I would have
you only used that once, right?
Yeah, I used invisibility once. I didn't use Spiritual Banjo, Heat Band, Thunderwave, Tasha's Sleep, Healing Word. Yep, nope, must have done it second level.
So I think, okay, I don't remember if you upcast.
Because I was, I think I probably did.
Okay, all right, then we'll leave it like it is then. I was thinking you just accidentally marked a second level on accident, intending to mark a first, because you definitely missed it for 1 second.
Yeah, because it does 4d6. I probably would have still done it at first level.
I don't think you rolled any higher than that, so I think it was just you hit a second level on accident, was my guess.
Probably. Or actually, I probably thought it was a second level. It's a new spell, so.
That looks good like that. So everybody else, as far as resources, I was trying to be careful about this, because I can't really fairly pull punches, so I wanted to make sure that everybody was like fairly assessed.
If we die, we die.
Yeah, but I don't think I don't want to make a whole new campaign. I mean, I would if I had to, of course, but
By the way, out of curiosity, if Pogo dies, what happens to Artemis' body?
That's a good question. Well, I guess we'll find out, huh?
Wait, what? No, I can't be stuck like this forever.
Yes. There's just gonna be a sad fucking halfling walking around all crazy and like homeless, telling everyone, "I'm not a halfling, I'm an elf."
No.
Okay, halfling.
Fox would intentionally try to kill her off so that she could make a new character to not have to look like Pogo forever.
No, I would actually go into the fairy realms and then go beat up a freaking corgi until it changed me back.
All right, let's see. Let's get started here. Where we left off, of course, Norok, Sarah, and Pogo are down in the cellar. That candlelit silhouette of 2 disfigured hunchback female forms are behind a kind of a coral curtain.
Oh shit! So we see. That's what we saw.
Yeah.
Oh,
so if you look at on the map there, that wall that's on the right side, that's masked behind it, that's a coral curtain. And then in front, in fact, I'll give you the.
By the way, it sounds like a really bad synonym for like a vagina.
All right, I guess.
You want to take a peek behind my coral curtain, like if you were a hot mermaid trying to pick up a sailor?
Like a fucking prostitute that's in like a wharf town or something.
Want to take a peek at my coral curtain, sailor?
So what you guys saw though is a candle lit up behind them, and it's kind of throwing light against this curtain, and you can see 2. They look like the silhouettes of hags essentially, but they're kind of hunchbacked and formed over. And in front of you, a tiny coral creation in those red lines, by the way, on the map, those are where the coral path is going, which is a kind of fibrous coral that you've seen in the house. And this kind of tiny briarling forms up out of it and then hisses at you. Artemis outside has no idea what is going on here, and in fact, Fox will be doing, at least for, well, kind of depends on you how long this is going to take, because I'll be putting you in the side chat. I just want to get started here first, and then I'll move you over to the side chat.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, before we get started, when we come down here, can I ask what's the lighting condition in
So
this area?
the room is actually lit well enough. There's a torch over here against this wall, and one over here that's right, basically near these two. You see the two things that look like bloody bushes?
Mm-hmm. And are those similar to what was outside?
No. So I use the same art for those, but what they are is basically I'll just give you guys the description of this room again. But
Cool.
when you came down into this chamber here, and there's wooden planks at random intervals that are kind of shoring up these unfinished walls, like these rough dirt walls. It's clear that this was dug out recently, except for those two pillars, those rocks. Those are actually pillars that are going up to the ceiling that are basically dirt and rock that's left there. So they actually go all the way to the top.
How sturdy does the roof look?
I mean, while coming down the stairs, you can see that it is essentially just dirt, but it doesn't appear to be, danger of caving in or anything of that sort. And then those wooden posts that are all around the outside, and then the pillars in the center of the construction support. But the coral reeds that were under your feet came down the stairs, those fly out in all directions. I've noticed that when I play it back, if the music is slightly too loud, it cuts me out constantly. You guys are only hearing every other word, so if you guys can't hear clearly, let me know and I'll adjust that as needed.
It seems to be kind of random.
It might just be network-wise, it might be Discord, I don't know. But it seems to be better, at least, if the music isn't too loud but still audible. So anyway, but the coral reeds, those splay out in both directions in front of you, so that kind of Y shape that you're seeing there, and then they lead up to two spots that are kind of woven into them are these dried up remains of a bunch of different animals, including some of those eel-like creatures that you found in the bushes outside, and then they merge into these two kind of fibrous masses against the walls, these two bush-looking things there, and then they continue along before coming into that curtain at the back, and basically those kind of fibrous masses are big, 4.5, 5 feet tall or so, just piles of fleshy material that the coral has grown through, just like the body upstairs of the elf. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, so we will get started here. The creature in front of you hisses at you, kind of howling directly, right in front of Pogo, essentially. Everybody can do initiative, except for Pog.
I've got to get my Mrs. Deadfire words back. It's hard to remember.
Alright, don't forget that I get advantage G on my initiative.
Okay.
Because my buckler, I think, so.
Yeah.
Alright. There's some nasty things down here, Norak.
Natural 20 on your initiative, G.
Those piles of, looked like flesh over there, I'm guessing, G is what you said? Like, there was piles of bodies that got grown through, I'm guessing that's what that is?
Yeah, it looks like, because they've been stacked on top of over and over again, it looks almost like something is bringing down, an animal's body, throwing it on there, and then the coral grows through it.
Okay.
There's blood soaking the ground around it as well, but it seems like the coral kind of feeds through it and then continues along that path until it gets over to the curtain.
Yeah, so I'll tell Pogo, it doesn't look too good with all the, piles of bodies over there. So.
Yeah, I didn't think it was like a barbecue or anything. Thanks, though.
All right, so as you guys watch this first one, this briarling in front of you, right there, kind of forms up out of the coral there and hisses, and then the two more form up out kind of in front of you off to the left there. Feel them on the map. And they as soon as they've kind of formed up, they both kind of look at you. They don't have eyes or anything. They're basically just this fibrous material. They turn and face each other, and they start weaving an incantation between the two of them. Actually, Sarah can see and Pogo can see. Both of you give me Arcana checks. Ben, you got a natural 20 on your initiative, by the way, so you're coming up. Pogo, it looks like they're weaving together some kind of like an entrapping spell, like a spell that might make it hard to walk through this area. But the two of them are casting it together. It is.
They're casting a spell. Some sort of trap, maybe.
You have two little halflings in front of you that are kind of blocking your way.
Can he? I know we can walk through him. Can he walk through us if we let him?
Yeah, it'll be hazardous, whatever.
Got it.
For him to get through you,
All right,
As long
then I will. Okay, then I will move to. Let's see. Yeah, I'll probably. Well, actually, from my angle, I don't even know if I can see the number 1. So I'm going to try to carefully, not hurting them, move past the halflings and go to 15.
Here? Oh, 15? Okay.
Yeah, because he would have been the first one I saw. So
Sure.
yeah, from the angle I was at.
As you move past them and step into the first kind of area where your feet kind of step in through this fibrous material, you feel it trying to catch onto your feet and kind of wrapping around your ankles. The coral areas are also hazardous terrain.
Okay.
You still have enough to get there, but you do make it to behind Briarlink 50.
All right, then. Of course, I will do my usual enrage, of course.
Okay.
And then I will try to whack it, but I'm not going to do Great Weapon Master. I'm just going to try to do a regular hit on it with my with Vulcan.
Two-handed?
Please.
Okay. You swing at its back. It's basically kind of ignoring you, but you take your axe and bring it down between like its neck and it's a very small creature. It's only maybe 2 feet tall or so, but between where its neck and its and shoulder would be, and it cleaves over this kind of fibrous material, just splitting it in half and spraying these like little vine-like weeds all over the place. Damage. Well, you did 14 damage. I'll just tell you the numbers.
Okay.
Cleaving through its back, it is still there, and as you cleave through it, as soon as the axe passes through, the vine-like structure kind of flips itself back over again, where you split it open. It kind of just flips itself back in and starts trying to stitch itself back together. It's clearly injured by it, but it's still healthy enough to continue the casting, the ritual that it's attempting to cast.
Okay. And I'll whack him again, but I just wanted to double check. So, like, I don't know, injured but not bloodied yet? Would I be able to tell if this thing even is? Okay.
It doesn't. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't appear to be bloodied yet. At least not as far as you can tell, anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Then I will try to hit it again. Again, just a standard hit without Great Weapon Master. Yeah.
All right. Natural 20 on that one. Which you got a 1, so nothing special except for the double damage.
Okay.
Oh shit. Okay. You kind of swing back down in the other direction, trying to take down through the other shoulder, and cleaves through it. And this time it splits open wide, and it starts to stitch back together, but it doesn't look like it's not moving at the pace it had been the first swing. It still is functional, and it seems to still be alive for whatever that does. But it's seriously injured. It's almost dead.
Okay. Cool. Because Norak just. Yeah, that's it. Norak just wanted to assess and see how tough these things were before I went too crazy. So, okay, that is it. Thank you.
All right. Then it is that one's turn now, and it actually finishes. Okay, so you can pick up. It finishes the ritual that they were, or the incantation they were casting, rather.
Oh.
One second to put that up here. Doesn't have the range on there. I think it's 20 feet. Fox, do you remember offhand? I know you don't use it so much anymore. For Entangle?
Entangle, I think it was... let me check it. I don't remember off the top of my head.
I'm going to guess 20-foot
20 foot
radius.
square. It's a 20-foot square, actually. Yeah. So a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
Somebody move it. I just dropped it on the map and now it's missing.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Where did you move it to?
Nothing happened.
It's missing now. I
moved it to the side and then it disappeared from my screen. So I was doing it as a joke and now I broke the thing. I don't know.
I don't see it in the mast area either. It's
I
probably
truly don't know what happened.
So if you guys accidentally step on an area, then just I saw it moving out of the corner of my eye, grabbing the stone.
It's supposed to be a joke, but
yeah, I was gonna say 20 or 30 feet, but it's 20.
Yeah, the 20-foot square. So it is right there. Pogo, you're in the corner of it. One of the Briarlings is there. Norak is inside of it, and actually 2 of the Briarlings are in it. It's basically blocking the way down from the stairs there. That is it for its turn.
Well, what does it do? What did it do? Entangle?
So in front of you, you all see those coral, the vine-like stuff on the ground, splits up and around and kind of surrounds the area surrounding the two there, and kind of fills the entire floor surrounding you. It doesn't. Well, actually, everybody. So it would just be Pogo and Norok. Give me a strength save. You have to beat a 13. Are you completely loaded in yet, G, or do you need me to do? Yeah, I don't see you have your character loaded. So.
Neat. Oh wait, no, I can't roll one. So fuck you, one.
Did we roll that?
Oh, mother French toast!
You know what's funny is you actually got worse. You got a 0, so it's not even.
Well, it would have been a -1 originally.
And Norok got a 2 as well. So his is +7 for a total of 9. Still not enough. The two of you are restrained by it. Let me look at the rest of you. I think it just restrains you, and then you have a speed of 0. Spread out from the ground 20 foot square, starting from the point within range. For the duration, these turn the ground into difficult terrain, which it already the fine area was anyways. But creature in the area must succeed on a streak or be restrained by the entangling plants when the spell ends. Creature restrained with the plants can use its action to make a strength check against your spell safety, which is theirs, so it's 13 in this case. So basically, on your turns, you can spend your action to try to break free. You are otherwise restrained, which is dangerous. So drop that on the two of you. Let me know when you're loaded in, G. The coral briarling that's sprouted up in front of you and hits at you at first. Looking over at Pogo is you see it kind of hold its arms out in your direction there, and similarly to the growth underneath its feet, the coral vines kind of spit out in your direction to try to grab around you. So it's kind of trying to claw at you initially first. 2 claw attacks it's going to make at you, which since you're restrained at disadvantage on. Okay, dude. First one hits. And second one misses. Okay, so you feel where the first one kind of smashes you across like almost the side of the face, Pogo. The second one tries to swing at you, and you're able to kind of swing yourself just slightly. But you feel like if both of them hit you, it would have been much worse. So just keep that in mind as well. But only one did hit you, which you succeeded on your concentration. What did you have concentration on?
Nothing that's supposed to be up, I don't think.
It still shows invisibility, but I think did you?
Oh wait!
Did you cast invisibility?
Oh yeah, I was still invisible up in the. Invisible up in the hut. I forgot about that. So would they have hit me?
Its attempt to hit you would have been at disadvantage. It would have been able to tell that because there's vines wrapped around your feet, essentially.
Okay.
So it would be a disadvantage for the first attack, the one that hits. So let me reroll that first.
Oh, and while we're at it, G.
Yeah.
I'm not raged, so did I have advantage on that strength check versus those restraints?
I put the. Oh, you know what? I clicked the ticket off. I just didn't put the effect on you. Yes, you would have had advantage actually. Go ahead and make another strength save, G.
Okay.
And beat a 13. The second one still hit Justin. It got a 24 on the second.
Got it.
Still gonna hit, so.
Should I put disadvantage first because now that I'm raged, it's going to roll with advantage again. You know what I mean? Okay.
Forgot that I was still invisible. Hey, look at that nifty little plus.
Well, it did hit you, but it doesn't drop you out of visibility when you're hit. So yeah, you're still there.
Okay.
Okay, you beat it then, G. So you.
Oh, cool.
It's a 16. You only had to beat 13. So you feel it trying to wrap up around your feet, but you're kind of stomping in place as you were swinging at the other briarling at the same time, but keeping you from restrained, which is good. There you go. And it is Pogo's turn. So still invisible. This thing clubs you across the side of his face. Yes, you are restrained.
I'm going to use my action to try to. Well, you know what? I'm going to use my action to try to break the restraint.
Okay. That was a DC 13 to try to break it, so strength check.
Strength check, 13. Yep. Fuck. That is really bad for me.
Keep in mind, too, that every time you start your turn inside this entangling, you have to remake that save. So if you don't get out of it, you'll have to get out of it, and it's hazardous terrain to get out of.
So in this case, I'm gonna see if. Just check. Just kind of threw off my deal here. I'm gonna try to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Okay.
On
I just
Coral.
realized something else too, so,
Oh, can I not do that when I'm restrained? I can
no,
do
go
that when I'm
ahead.
restrained,
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on the Twiggling or Briarling number 5. Are these solid creatures or are these like
They're
like
mostly
gooey?
air. Yeah, think of it as if you took like a wicker, like a wicker
Got
chair and made it into like a little creature.
Okay.
They look like children except made out of like wicker.
I don't know if that'll do anything.
Keep in mind, you guys, while you're restrained, also have disadvantage on dex saves.
Yeah. Nope. I'm just gonna. Yeah. Nope. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on this guy. Boosh!
He
And I'm gonna
failed to
say,
go.
hey, you red vines, we're a Twizzler family.
That'll show him. Go ahead and drop it on him. He failed. He got a 7.
All right. And I did attack, so I dropped my concentration on, I'm no longer invisible, and he is now prone. And laughing, hopefully. Or whatever it does.
I would think that, I mean, it doesn't have a visible response to it, but it seems to be distracted by something, like it's listening for something that isn't there. On 5. All right. Did that put, yeah, you put the prone on there too. Cool. All right. That if your turn, any bonus actions, movement?
Well, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and use my bonus action to... Let me mark that off. I'm going to cast my... spiritual banjo, I guess.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna attack the one. I'm gonna use spiritual banjo. I'm gonna cast it on the one in front of Norok. And then I'm going to that hit.
It does.
All right. So now I do that.
Dude, with disadvantage, you dropped a natural 20, but it was a
Aw.
13 with disadvantage, so still a good hit.
All right. So
Doing the wrong thing.
kind of looks like a swastika made out of leaves.
When I turn it, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, we turn it the other way. Yeah, let's keep it this way. We better just. Yeah. So I can't click on anything because of it. So how?
Yeah, what do you? You can still drop it on. What are you trying to do? Just
I'm
drop
trying
it
to
in?
hit my attack on that guy, the Briarling 15. Just hit
Uh,
attack.
As long as you, well, I mean, you can drop it on him on the map or on the combat tracker.
Oh, that's right, combat track.
Yeah.
So targets that, and then that.
That was the attack again.
Oh, my bad.
You already hit him, so there you go. That was the one that Norok had cleaved nearly open. Ben, because I forgot your rage damage, he actually only had 1. The banjo clubs him across the top of it, and it's like twigs just blasting apart as it smashes him in the head with the banjo.
So I did that in the hopes that the spell would drop, but it is not concentration, is it?
It does not appear to have made it.
Damn it! Oh well.
At least so far. There were 2 of them that had to cast it together, but because you were the one that rolled high enough on the arcane check, it did not seem to be rooted in the same way that you cast your spells. It may not be concentration based at all, as far as you can tell.
Got it.
All right, so your movement's still 0. You spent your action, bonus action. So anything else?
Yeah. So that's. I don't think I can do anything. I'm good.
All right. It is Sarah, still demonically shadow skinned behind you on the stairs. You are not in the coral growth just yet.
Can I actually? I'm sorry. Can I use just a free action just to talk into the rock to tell Artemis to get down here?
Yeah, of course.
Artemis, we need you down here, please.
Artemis, you don't hear anything at all,
Oh shit! Farts.
and there is no response. Sorry, Fox, to keep you waiting. We'll be getting to you here in just a second.
I'll be quickly right back.
Sarah's turn.
Okay, how high is the ceiling?
12 feet.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna get over Pogo. So I'm gonna jump on the broom.
Okay.
And float over him, and I'm going.
Super effective.
35. I'm going here.
Okay.
And I'm only like, how tall is Pogo? Like 4 feet?
Not even 3 feet, I think.
3'11" or something. No, he's under 4, but he's like 3'10" or 3'8" or something like that.
Right. So I'm only like 5 feet up. Then.
I think Sarah was like one inch taller than you. Yeah,
No,
you're not.
I'm only 3 feet tall.
I'm 3 foot 2 inches.
I'm pretty sure. Aren't they right at 4 feet?
No, I think they're like 3 to 4.
3.
3
Yeah.
feet's like the
That
average.
seems way too short. Maybe though. Anyway,
It's
go ahead.
so small.
Yeah.
I've got
It's
3
like
feet down.
counter height.
Go ahead though.
Okay.
Sarah, Becky. Yeah, about 3 feet tall. Never mind. I was thinking they were 4 feet, but you guys are right.
And then, let's see.
That is so itty bitty.
Shit. Alright, how far is this guy? 40 feet? I need how far? Shit. Why are you being so slow? Okay, I'm going to cast slow.
Okay. On 5 there. Okay.
On both of them.
But only affecting them, right? You're not going to try to hit Norok with it, presumably.
No.
Briarling 5 succeeds, you get an 18, and Briarling 1 fails, you get a 10.
Okay, so...
Uh-oh. I think that might drop Tasha's hideous laughter, though.
He failed on it, or the spell failed.
Oh, got it.
On the one that is affected by hideous laughter.
You said it was pretty well lighted in here?
Yeah, it's well lit. You guys can see all the way to the curtain. And a little bit through it because of the silhouette, like I said.
Right, then that's it.
All right. You hear cackling from behind the curtain. I'm gonna for me. Oh shit! I guess I could just. Wait, so it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go ahead and identify the two of them. You can't see them yet anyway, so it doesn't matter. But just so that I can tell the difference, so it'll be easier for me. You guys don't actually know their names, but
Combat tracker.
yeah, you won't see them. Okay, Fox. You guys don't see them yet anyways because they're behind the curtain, so you won't see them in the combat tracker. But you will see their names once it comes up. You just narratively, you guys don't know the names. I'm just using it to make it easier for myself. So I know these are not quite the same. That one is two. So for her, with you guys just kind of out of the corner of your eye, just looking over to see if they're moving, expecting them to be the larger threat, the two of them. You can see, because of the silhouette, you can see them like they're sewing, like they're holding a needle in each hand and sewing something. And as they continue, there's this kind of hackling, hideous laughter coming from them. And that's it, actually, for right now.
How much you want to bet it's something they got transformed into these things and we gotta go kill something to kill their transformation?
It is. All right, guys, it is Artemis' turn. I'm going to move Fox into the other. Fox, you're still back, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to drop Fox into the other channel. I'll be back with you guys in just a minute here.
Alright.
You guys can have more bathtub talk.
Alright.
All right, be right back.
Good job, Norok. Just so everyone knows, I am very weak. It might take me 7 to 19 turns to get out of this. I have let's see, I have a -2 strength save. So
I should
that
be able
means
to help pull you out. I think I think that like a help action or something. I should be able to
So
help. pull you out.
honestly, as long as no one's like immediately around me, I've got a decent number of spells that hit like 120 feet. Oops, fuck. Up his little plant thing. Alright.
Do you take damage if you start doing that stuff though, or is it just restraint?
I think I'm just restrained. So like
now
I
do
can
you-
cast spells, but as long as nothing gets, yeah, because I can reach all the way to the curtain.
But do your spells have somatic components? Because if you're restrained, you can't use your hands, right? Or does it, your feet are restrained?
No, you
I
can,
think
You can
still
use
use
stuff.
spells. Yeah.
Okay.
but you have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Okay. Does that count for spell attack rolls too?
No.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Okay.
yes?
All right.
Oh,
Because
it
you got a
does.
natural 20.
Well, fart my beans. That's not a phrase. It's not a thing at all. Hope Artemis comes down.
I hope so. We're all gonna die otherwise.
I do have a plan. if you guys
To get
die.
yourself out?
No. I do have a little bit of a plan. It's not the greatest. I still have inspiration, and it's not the greatest plan. It might work. 30-70.
Those aren't great odds.
I'm just gonna have sex with two crazy female blood witches.
Tag.
Blood hags. There we go. Makes it worse. Totally forgot I was invisible. It's hilarious. Alright, I'm back. I think as long as we can keep Norok alive and not, like, charmed.
I don't think you can't be charmed anymore, right? Because you're rage.
Oh,
yeah,
thank God.
you can't be charmed or frightened, but they're still like paralyzed and other shit that could take me out though. So
What was the? Didn't we have to roll either? Was it wisdom saves or when we were touching the rocks before?
yeah, so I don't have any.
So the good news,
Nothing
guys,
would help with
is
that.
my wisdom save is a +0. So I just got to roll a 15 or above. With the strength save, I just have to roll a 17 or above. Wait, did you say it was a 15 or what was it? 13?
13.
13,
Okay, so I just have to roll a 15 or above. At disadvantage. No, that's a straight.
If I had to, let's see.
Oh,
Use dispel.
hey Norak, are you muted right now?
No, I don't think so.
Do me a favor, mute real quick, and then Becky, talk through the mic.
Hello.
Okay, unmute Norak. So you guys are close enough to each other where we can. I was wondering why Becky's mic kept going echoey.
Oh,
We
yeah,
can hear
I'm
it
standing
through
right
both
next
of
to
it. Yeah. I was like, what is that?
Yeah, if you can't get out of this vine, I can use dispel magic.
Is that like a pretty high level?
It's a 3rd level. But I
Oh
also
fuck
have-
that! No, I'll get no.
I also have the rod, so
We need to keep that so you can just like light up these ladies. Do you guys think that?
any damage 3rd level spells?
Yeah, but you can cast like a 1st at 3rd. Crank it, just crank it up.
Uh-oh.
Do you think if I cast Shatter, it would do any damage to the ceiling, or do you think that's? It's more for like stone.
Shatter will affect anything in the area that can be shattered. So, like,
Yeah.
if you hit this guy in front of you, I don't remember how big of an area shatter is. It could hit the pillar behind you.
Yeah. The problem is though, like, I don't want to care as much about these guys. I want to get the Wicked Witch of the West and the East over there behind the curtain.
It's worth a shot. I brought an entire temple down with shatter once. That was fun. I mean, we could always do that. Just hit the support beams and just run back up the stairs and watch everything fall down on them.
Yeah, I missed pretty much all of that because my audio just cut out. The last thing I heard was fell down on them.
No, I was saying I took down an entire temple once with shatters, so you could always just hit the support beams and run back up the stairs and watch everything fall down on them.
Now it makes me think you're just fucking with me because it did the exact same thing.
At the beginning of this campaign, I used shatter. And I killed a bunch of innocent people. Well, no, 2 innocent people. They were gonna die anyways, but. Move it.
Okay. I'm back. Maybe. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't get it. Got 6 gigs of RAM. It's only running at 2. My processor's not locking up at all. Well, I missed that entire story.
It's fine.
Maybe it's just. I am pretty sure my girl's watching Netflix or something in the other room. What has happened with Arteme?
I think
Don't
she's
worry.
being enthralled by the coral.
Watch her come up behind us, and she's just like a weird coral creature. We gotta murder her face.
I was thinking hopefully she doesn't turn into a werewolf.
That would be awesome. I'll let her borrow my hat of disguise when we go places. Yeah, my internet speeds are good. So are you guys ready for this little kind of shutdown we're gonna have for a while, for a hot minute?
No, we just went and got our taxes done, and they were like, "It's a good thing you came in today, because it's the last day."
What's that? I'm back.
Figured.
When we were getting our taxes done earlier, the people that there's an AARP foundation thing to where seniors do taxes for people for free up here, and so we go and have them do that. And then today was the last day they're going to be there because they're all coronavirus paranoid. So
You guys aren't seniors though. They let you do it anyway.
oh yeah, it's for anybody. Yeah,
That's cool.
it's just ran by seniors.
You can't make over a certain amount.
Okay.
They have that pretty much everywhere, I think. Or something similar. Programs to where they'll help people that are low income with
Makes sense. I think like TurboTax and stuff like that. There was a thing that they have to do that. Like all of the tax preparing companies, but I forget which one. Somebody was sued recently because they weren't doing it like they were supposed to, or they were trying to charge people for it anyway, or something of that sort.
Don't most countries in the world just you can do your taxes for free?
No.
Like the government just like this is what you
Really
owe.
should be. I don't know where they are or not, but they definitely should be. You're paying them anyways. You're paying them for the convenience of giving them money.
Yeah.
I'm not very pro-government in any way, shape, or form. So I guess I would never be happy about their handling of anything. So. Okay. As you called out to Arteme over the stone phone and got no response, that was it. Other than seeing the two kind of hag-like shapes behind the curtain there, continuing their gesturing. Was it 15? Yeah, it's 15. You see another of these kind of briarling things appear out of the curtain, like out of the coral beneath the curtain there, and start moving in your direction.
When you say gesturing behind the curtain, does it look like somatic spell things, or does it look like they're just digging around?
I would say that to Pogo, it probably resembles that, but to a kind of let's say an untrained observer, it looks like they're sewing. It looks like they're holding sewing needles, like they're sewing something. And then as they finish, or as they're continuing that, another briarling popped up out of the curtain and started moving in the direction.
They might be making these fucking things.
That is the impression you get. That's what it looks like. They're just kind of creating these.
You really have to admire their handiwork and craftsmanship, though. It's almost like a Mennonite type situation, you know. Impressive.
The other that is still kind of standing in front of Norok here is going to make one step forward, not stepping quite into.
I think he's
shit! Never mind. Yeah, he is.
He's just laughing on the ground.
Well, he's not. There's nothing audible coming from him, but he does appear to be confused, kind of just like looking upward, almost like your hypnotic pattern makes them kind of sway in place. Final Fantasy style or classic RPG style.
Yeah.
Doing nothing. Oh, actually, does he get to resist against that at the end of each turn or anything?
Let me look. I want to say no. I think they just fucking
I
laugh
know
for a minute.
hypnotic pattern they definitely don't, but
Let's see. At the end of
hang
each
on.
of his
A creature
turns.
with intelligence of 4 or less. Let's see if these guys have an intelligence.
Oh. That's pretty fucking low.
No, well, it would be an animal essentially, because
Yeah.
three is a regular animal level for dogs, for example. But no, they appear to have intelligence higher than that, so he is affected.
At the end of each of its turns, and each time it takes damage, the target can make another wisdom saving throw. So it's at the end of its turn.
All right, which it just had. So let's see if he's here. It was wisdom.
Wisdom.
He got a 16. What was your DC?
Ooh, my DC is
If you look at the spell, it'll say it on the spell there. So it's magnified 16. So he beat it.
cool.
It's at the end of his turn, so he doesn't get to do
So he doesn't
anything.
get to do
But he does.
anything.
Yeah, he shrugs off the effects, and it's no longer incapacitated and stands himself back upward. It is North's turn.
Okay. Can I use my action to turn around and see if I can get Pogo unrestrained, pulled out of that shit?
Yeah, just
Okay.
you reach around then, just giving Pogo the old reach around there. You
Yeah.
push down and kind of just tearing away with your hands, kind of throw your axe over your shoulder, just tearing and ripping away at these threads that are kind of holding Pogo in place. They've wrapped over his shoulders and kind of pulling him downward to the ground. So you just grab handfuls and just rip them away, chunk after chunk after chunk. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Watch the bits.
Yeah, you pull away just handfuls of this stuff, just throwing it left and right, pulling it off of him. He appears to be freed. He doesn't look like he's held in place anymore.
Woo.
All right, cool. And then I am going to. If
Pogo,
we're
are you
still-
concentration on your hideous laughter?
What was that?
Are you dropping concentration on hideous laughter?
Yes.
All right, go
Doesn't
ahead.
really matter. I would have dropped it on the next turn anyways.
I was just going to say, if we both stand in this stuff, do we have to make another check? Will it restrain us again?
Yeah, you start your turn here. Oh, in fact, actually, you did start your turn here, so you have to make another strength check.
Okay.
Strength save, rather. I think it was a 13, so go ahead and make that.
Yes. Woo.
Then-
That sucks real bad.
Saves
Since,
Pogo. So,
So would I don't know if I could, but could I still use the rest of my action to pick Pogo up and make him step off with me, like over here? Or, I'm sorry, I moved the thing. What was that?
Pogo,
I
you're
just
not
meant Okay.
Well, it's up to.
Yay!
Are you resisting?
No. Yeah. Airplane raid.
All right, so you pick him up, throw him up under one arm. Pogo kind of
You can
arms
even
laid out
lightly
like
toss
an
me if
airplane.
you want. I don't even.
I'll just move us out over this way, and then
Yay!
that'll be it.
All right, then I'm going to put him kind of just right there because you're actually holding him. But that is still covering that area there.
And I'll set him down, of course, so he's on his feet again.
Okay. All right, then Pogo, you are on your feet there behind him. Briarling 1 is spinning in place, seeing that one of these halflings has evaded his, the trap that he and siblings-ish have thrown across the ground. Is going to whatever they are. They're all
siblings.
is going to move out of this. You notice, by the way, that he does not appear to be affected by the control at all. Straight through it. And
He
is
is
going
still
to.
half speed though, because he got affected by slow.
Oh shit! Okay, so because of the slow, he is still. All right. That means he actually won't get both attacks, which means he can't use the special effect either. So that's good to know, actually, because that slow maybe saves Sarah from getting knocked off the room again.
Hey, I'm only 5 feet up.
That's true. He probably wouldn't take too much damage from that fall, but he is going to lash out at you with one arm. You see, basically, like, you guys remember the old Batman cartoon, the Clayface guy?
Oh yeah.
So how, like, he would throw an arm out, but like the entire arm would kind of extend out like a. There was like that stupid little the Stretch Armstrong guy. Remember that toy?
Yeah.
Kind of like that. Anyways, arm goes kind of sailing outward. These vines just extending out towards Sarah to try to knock her off of the broom. He'll only get one attack for a 15, which does miss specifically because she has her shadow skin up. So it just passes through the kind of translucent form of Sarah up on the broom. And he doesn't have any bonus action, so he can't do anything else. And that was 10 feet to get there. That's as far as he can move. They apparently do not have very much as far as movement speed goes. They literally have 20 feet, so half of that because of the flow.
Yeah.
Pogo's turn.
Us. All right. I'm first going to run away from this area. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll get right about there.
Yep.
And I'm going to try something a bit different. I know I don't know what's behind that curtain, but I'm going to cast Silence, where I think those two cackling women are.
All right, you have to be able to see the
Let me
location.
check. For the duration, no sound can be created within or passed through I think it's just verbal and somatic.
Well,
centered on a point.
where,
So it's a
centered on
point
a
I
point
choose.
within range. So you could, you know what? It
See.
doesn't specify that you even have to be able to see the point. But either way, you could basically cast it on the ground here, and it would still envelop them as far as you can tell. Like, as you can
Okay,
see,
I was just curious
They're
what I-
right in front of the curtain, or right on the other side of the curtain, rather. Like this, the curtain area is still hidden from you, but they appear to be right on the other side of the curtain.
Okay,
So
I'm
you can catch
gonna.
it there.
Do I want to do that? Actually, let me just check one more thing.
But oh shit, that's a huge fucking circle.
But I might do something different.
Oh, okay.
So if they're right behind the curtain,
Yeah.
And this is another one. So I'm actually going to do Shatter, which is a
Okay.
10-foot radius sphere, and I'm going to do that where I think, like, right between this Briarling 15 and where I see the shadows coming from.
Okay. So
Um,
like this. Oops. Right there, like at the curtain right there.
Yeah, basically right there.
Okay.
Um,
It does. You do feel like it would probably cover them as well with that radius.
Cool. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and. Do you want me to target? Do you want to do the damage yourself? If it
Yeah,
happens?
I'll go ahead and target. Wait. So
Target this guy?
they have to make a save, right?
I believe they take half damage if they. Miss it.
I'll go ahead and I'm just going to reveal them so that you guys can. Again, like I said, you'll see their names on here, but it doesn't matter. You won't actually know them, and it may not make any difference anyway. So they are revealed in the combat tracker now, so you can target them there.
All right. So
That way
I'm
it'll
going.
automatically roll their saves.
I'm going to go ahead and cast Shatter.
Okay.
16.
You only had 15 targeted, so go ahead and untarget 15, and then target Idjith and Leori,
Oh, got it.
and then cast it again. This way, if you have a crit, it'll work properly.
And do you want me to cast it on the Coral Briarling as well?
No, because it already hit
Got it.
him. We know it hit
Got it,
him.
got it,
So.
Okay. Fuck, I had too much stuff open.
If you can put a second monitor there, it helps a ton.
Oh, I've got a second monitor. What?
Do you not put Fantasy Grounds on? Do you not split it across both monitors?
Just happened.
I can show you how to do it. What you did?
No,
it
no,
right.
no. I just went cast, but I didn't roll damage. But it looked like it rolled a
Yeah,
shitload
no.
of dice.
Because they
Oh, that was on your
had
side?
advantage. Yeah, well, you had advantage on it, but I'm not sure why.
Oh, I accidentally casted clicked spiritual banjo the first time. I think that's what happened. I'm just fucking
you did for the
everything
first time, but that doesn't matter. Don't worry about that. It's still an attack roll, and the modifier would be the same, so it's all fine. Basically, as far as the shatter, though, I can't tell you why, but you had advantage on without revealing anything,
Got
so
it.
I'm not going to tell you why, but you had advantage on the attack against the two of them. One of
Got
them
it.
failed to save. Go ahead and roll the damage now, and then I'll apply the damage manually.
Okay. Do you want me to click on the Briarling for the damage as well?
No, just leave it just like it is, and we'll
Okay.
So not a whole lot of damage. Pretty damage.
I was wondering, does that do anything? Do I hear anything fuck up in the room?
Well, the booming kind of cacophony that everybody has to kind of slam hands to ears for, except for Sarah, because the kind of muting of the shadowy form doesn't really, like, if you can hear it, but it seems distant almost. Hang on 1 second here. Let me apply the damage to the other guy before I forget. It was 15, right?
It is 7 damage.
No, to 15 to Coral Briarling, yeah. It was the right Coral Briarling number 15 is what I was saying. I just applied the damage to it. It's good now.
Got it.
Okay.
And then half as much to the other ones.
Well, one of them took full damage. The other one took half damage.
Okay.
One of them saved. One of them did, as far as the two hags. But anyway, the two of them, you see both forms kind of turn over, one over her left over shoulder, one over her right shoulder in your direction. And there's a cackling laughter, and the one of the two of them drops what she was holding that looked like a sewing needle of some kind. She drops it, and it looks like she's reaching towards the curtain, like she's going to come out.
Okay.
Any bonus actions?
Well, bonus action is going to be to have Spiritual Banjo attack the Coral Briarling.
Number 5. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
That one has thus far been uninjured. It hits. A preemptive.
Yep.
You dropped that on the wrong thing. You dropped that on the tags. Yeah. But all
Mother, because I can't see him, and I usually do that. I do it all visually as opposed to through the tracker.
You can't see them on the map?
No, I can't see the
two of them.
and the Leori, and I usually do it. I click on the map, not on the combat tracker, so I'm all confused.
Is that it for your turn then?
That is it for my turn.
All right, it is Sarah's turn. You are still up in the air. The Coral Briarling is off to your left. They're trying to swing at you and missed. And then you've seen one of them be destroyed, another just got clubbed by a banjo, and you've seen one of the hags. Looks like she's about to step out of the curtain.
Right. And I'm pretty sure, based on the fact that he tried to hit me, that I'm within his melee range.
It does appear so. You actually did see that same one actually reached out and smacked at Pogo as well with both hands previously from a similar distance.
Get away!
It may be able to reach further, you don't know, but at least as far as you saw that it tried to reach out about 10.
Ooh.
That hit?
Oh, sorry. That does. Oh, not the same.
What?
Which side?
So... Shit. Why couldn't it have been 8? Alright, let's go with psychic damage, because I doubt poison's going to do anything.
Okay. You don't see a physical response. Well, you don't see it falling apart or anything like that. But it kind of snaps its head backward and then forward again. It doesn't have eyes, but it looks like it hurt it. You just don't see it breaking apart or anything.
Okay. And...
Bonus action?
Not yet, and I can't hold a bonus action, right?
I mean, you can. It takes your reaction. It doesn't really... no. I don't... Shit, can you?
I don't know.
Let me look.
I mean, I think you can do a bonus action. No, you can't do a bonus action as an action, so...
Yeah, so... it is your action for the turn. It basically takes your action and your reaction to do it. Your reaction is the holding part, so no, it won't work for a bonus action.
Alright, then staying 5 feet up on the broom, I'm just going to 15, 20. I'm going to go behind here.
Above
so
the... Okay.
Yeah, above this stuff, so I'm still 5 feet up, but behind the pillar, so the hag coming out of the curtain doesn't have direct line of sight.
Okay. And you are
dangerous.
still... You kind of fly straight over the Briarling's head. You see him kind of begin to fling an arm out, but you're still within his range, and they fall down, they back down in front of him and retract him.
And that's it then.
No opportunity to attack as you stay within his range, though. Alright, which one? This.
Norak's gonna spend all his turns pulling people out of fucking tall grass.
That one, you see one of the two, not the one that did not drop her sewing needles, is still just frantically sewing, it seems like. And one of the Briarlings that was that had just appeared is going to make its way along this coral path here. You can make it here, and you see him begin to. They move faster if they're on the coral lines. You notice that. If they're moving along the coral, they can move as soon as they're outside of it. They're slow quite a bit. But as soon as he moves up there, he starts spinning his hands in circles, kind of the same way that you saw the first one, looking like he's about to summon another radius of the entangling vines there. And then the
counter spell.
it's not a spell. I probably shouldn't. I shouldn't have told you that because I should basically make you waste the counterspell slot. I should have described that differently. It's a natural effect they're doing. It's not really a spell. It just kind of emulates the entangle spell as far as the result of, not the casting of, if that makes sense. Which is why it didn't look like a concentration to Pogo, by the way.
Okay, since I said it, do you want me to hit it?
No, it's fine. That was my mistake, not yours. So I'm not going to hold it against you.
Okay.
The hag, though, that was stepping towards the curtain has managed to do so. You see a grotesque this from behind the coral curtain. She kind of lifts it out of the way. She's this hideously deformed, crimson-skinned woman, and she's kind of rounded over in the sharp hunchback. Her skin is covered in these ruptured boils and has this long, like razor-sharp looking tongue spilling out of her mouth. I've got a VA for you guys as well. Fox, did you hear that?
Yes.
Does that you get what's happening there? Does that make sense to you?
Hey!
Witcher 3 reference?
The hag is the image from The Witcher 3. Yes, that's what they look like in Witcher 3. But specifically, the description I gave.
What's that tongue do, girl?
Oh God!
Oh, did something break?
No, I'm sending a message to her to make her real quick.
Got real quiet.
Sorry.
Okay.
So you can't see these hags yet, of course, but that's might help you when you put the two together there. But the one that has stepped out from behind the curtain there, you do see that she is covered in where her skin is this bright crimson, and she's kind of bent over, leaned over, and everything. As she looks like she's finished casting a spell of some kind, and you watch her skin begin to like harden and crack. It's mark skin that she has casted on herself, which is concentration. So you guys keep that in mind. That she has that up, as well as the air around her is shimmering slightly. It seems like there's an aura that surrounds her that could be very dangerous. Well, you imagine it's probably very dangerous. But she has stepped out and going to, I guess that's it for action section. She's going to approach Pogo. That was 5 to get there. We'll call that hazardous to get through, or double movement to get through that. So we make it here. Pogo, you make a con save, and you need to beat a 15.
Is this like an attack, or is this
the area that as soon as she steps and as soon as she gets close enough to you, this surrounding aura around her is making you feel nauseous and sick. You immediately have just a splitting headache, and go ahead and make your con save, and then I'll just, based on the results, describe what happens. The DC is a 15, so it's not super high, but. Okay, you succeeded, but you still feel a wetness in your nose and in your ears and in your eyes, and small trickles of blood pour out of every hole in your face. And
did you just give me the coronavirus?
Not quite. This isn't contagion here, but this kind of aura that surrounds her, you take half damage on, but it is. It would have been 16. You're only taking 8 damage from the blood that is pouring out of your nose, eyes, and ears, and it's kind of moving towards her and begins to swirl around her like armor almost.
Oof.
Another 8 damage to you. There you go. And that is it for her turn. It is Artemis' turn, so Fox will drop back down real quick.
Okay.
Ugh. Not great. Not great. Level 3 slots I have. Great. I'm gonna try to charm them. You think they have high wisdom? They probably have high wisdom, huh?
I would assume so, especially since they use bark skin. It means they're probably a druid, and druids use wisdom.
Oh yeah. Well, either way though, they're definitely caster creatures, so they're gonna have extremely high probably intelligence and wisdom defenses.
I don't know. I'm a caster. My wisdom is 0.
True.
I'm a caster, and my wisdom is also 0.
Well, my
Sure.
modifier is 0.
What's my actual wisdom?
I think 10 is 0.
Yeah, so 10, so 0, and then my intelligence is 12, so plus.
I would assume they're druid.
I'm the face of the party. I should have stayed outside. You guys need like to charm a princess or something. I fucking got it.
Would you say?
Oh, I should have done that before. God, I still kind of want to test their wisdom save, man. Still want to do it.
It's worth a shot. They could roll really well.
Yeah.
What sucks is if I had done it before, it had could have had a chance of hitting both of them. Now they're just right outside because it's a 30-foot cube. But if they're just on the other side of the curtain, it might hit. I don't remember how to make cubes. There it is. By the way, the fact that their squares grow from the middle out is a real fucking annoying. Think that would hit the one behind the curtain? Think Jeremy would give that to me?
They would have to actually probably be touching the curtain because that square is halfway inside, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if it was
Has
like
to be
literally right actually touching
right
the curtain, they would
there.
hit it. So
Wait. I've got an idea. Boom.
maybe
see
if you can actually turn the square like that, I don't know if you actually can.
You should be able to.
Yeah, I think it would be alright.
Yeah,
Can't quite
who knows?
rotate it the way I want. There we go. Gadoosh. I'll just leave that up so Jeremy can see what my plan is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast a spell right exactly on that stone. The big kind of darker brown one in the middle of that curtain about 6.5 and 3/4 feet away. What's funny is it actually looks like it covered more just like that. That. Oh, it'd be real nice if this fucking worked. I wonder what Artemis up to. Probably just death stuff.
Yeah, who knows?
I'm guessing she's either being entranced or she's fighting the things out of the trees.
Yeah, I was just gonna say maybe the things in the bushes got her.
Well, they've got similar bushes down here. Although those seemed more like natural something that lives here, not like maybe they're crazy. You know, I'm gonna take this opportunity to actually go use the restroom. I've been holding my pee already for a while. I might as well just take advantage. I'll be back. Are we back?
Not yet.
Okay. Enough time here to get the next thing on. So I have a 3D printer, so I print all the stuff for our little D&D games that we run. And I think I'm just obsessed with printing stuff out. I've got like more fucking things than I could ever use in a D&D campaign, but I just keep printing them. Not a problem. I can quit whenever I want. It's fine. How much do you think this whole setup costs to get like all the Fantasy Ground stuff?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
I feel like it's really expensive.
I don't think it's really too bad. It's more, obviously, if you want to do the DM version, that you know that you got to pay for. So, or no, because the other version that for free, it's for players,
Yeah.
right? There's no paid.
The one
version
I got
for players, right? Yeah.
Well, what's funny is a lot of people buy the one for players, but apparently, like I did, you can just download the trial. That's fine. Apparently, that shit works.
Okay, everybody still here?
Yeah.
No, I'm gone. I'm out.
He went pee. He didn't come back.
Yep.
All right, and as all of that was going on, yet another Briarling sprouts up on the other side of the wall there, and begins its approach from the other side. And it is Briarling 5's turn. Okay, so the one that just got clubbed in the head from the banjo is no longer hideously laughing, is going to lash out at Norok with both hands here. Norok is closest. First one definitely hits. Second one hits. Bad news. No, second one missed. All right. I keep hoping for bad news, but so much for that. He did roll max damage, though Norok resists half of it. From behind, G, after you'd kind of freed Pogo from this and gotten out of the entangling area, that one smacks you in the back of the head, trying to draw your attention, and if you feel the air wisp as it tries to swing at you with the other arm and misses. It is your turn.
Okay.
You did hear the witches cackling from behind you as well, the hag that came out.
All right, then I am going to actually head that way. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be able to reach it from here.
That's only 15.
So.
Yeah, you can move further.
Yeah, you have 40 feet, dude. The only part that's hazardous terrain is the red area, or if you were in the entanglement.
Oh, I guess that would have only been 30 anyway, not 40. Yeah, but even if it was 30, I would have made it anyway. Okay. And I'm going to try to whack her, but first I'm going to extra rage, because apparently Mark doesn't like old ladies, so...
You're gonna
get
reckless?
extra pissed. Yeah.
Alright. I was really angry at the time.
Yeah. But I was like extra mad this time.
Yep.
Okay. Let me see if I can whack the hag, bitch.
I would say that you guys are recognizing now that about 18 seconds or so have passed since you tried to reach out to Arteme, that she hasn't responded outside, that there might be, up to you guys on how you feel about this, but there might be a small sense of panic beginning to set in that you can't hear Arteme outside, and this is very dangerous. That her health might be very important.
Yeah. Yeah, because not even the stone thing worked, huh?
Yep.
We didn't hear her on the...
Pogo, yeah, exactly. Pogo reached out to her and she didn't respond. That definitely hits.
Okay. I'm also going to add on my extra damage. Because I don't like old ladies. Yep. And so that's D10. Okay.
Just click the effect for it. It'll apply it to you. Click that first before you roll the damage, and it'll roll it all at once.
I think I got it.
Yep.
Actually not a very good roll, though.
Yeah. Put Reckless. Oh, you didn't do Great Weapon Master on there. Oh,
I
yeah.
actually did use Great Weapon Master. I just did I do the damage?
No, you did. You did. It's just that's
Okay.
the modifier, not an extra die. So, you cleaved out. You see her kind of lifting one arm up as if she's about to cast another spell in her free hand, as if something's about to appear in her right hand, and flipping the axe around backwards. You just clock her across the jaw with the hammer side of the axe, with the butt end of the axe, basically, and she kind of spins in place 90 degrees or so to the right with the impact of it. It doesn't appear to have stopped her hand, but it did definitely hurt her pretty good. You gonna make your bonus action?
Yeah.
And your bonus action for your
Yeah. So
right?
my extra bonus too.
Nice.
Definitely hits.
Okay.
Fucking sweet.
That's better.
Yeah, that would actually hit for more than your extra dice rolled in.
Yeah.
27 instead of 23. With her kind of spun off to the right with your with the impact of the left side, you bring it in a wide leftward arc just through the midsection, and you see it cleave through this crimson skin of her, like basically her midsection, like where her viscera and intestines would be, and you see it cleave a wide swath through it, and you can see the internal organs there as it begins to stitch itself back together. Nothing.
Oh no!
It definitely hurt her, but it's hurt her a lot. But the wound is already beginning to stitch back together, and nothing is spilled out. You would have expected that to have eviscerated her.
Okay. So, like, I'm guessing Norok would have noticed that looked like that control that we looked at one time.
Something similar to that. It does seem, yes.
Seems like it's healing itself slowly, or maybe not so slowly. After I hit it.
Yeah, something happened for sure.
Okay.
Witches, man.
Hate 'em.
Fucking witches.
And that hits as well.
Fuck! Yes!
She's not bloodied or anything yet. You're still a ways off, so but you're still doing damage. It just appears like she's not taking as much, or she doesn't appear to be as badly affected by the attacks as you.
Okay.
And you rolled a 1 on that one. So the hammer side across the face, axe side through the midsection, and then you just kind of bring your hands above your head, bring the pommel down, and just smash her in the left side of her face through the jaw with the pommel of Vulcan. It kind of sinks into the face a little bit. You yank it free, and there's just a little bit of blood on it that it kind of just smokes up into the air as soon as you look at it. Clearly very injured, certainly, but she's not even bloodied yet. But you need, having approached her, as soon as you were getting close to her, you felt this intense sickness and this awful headache kind of splitting through your mind. Give me a Constitution save. It's a 15. 14.
Oh no!
As you were approaching her, as you were making these wild swings, you feel your nose begin to bleed, and there's just this stream of blood pouring out of your nose, out of your ears, out of your eyes, that is kind of pulling into the air and spinning in circles around her, like it's like a wind surrounding her.
Out of
21
curiosity,
damage.
did her bark skin drop?
Shit, actually, with those 3 hits, I did not roll for concentration saves. I need to fix those, but basically there's a way you can have automatically do it in fantasy rounds the same way that it does for players. It was necrotic damage, by the way, G, so it's not something your rage. But I did not have it set up for these, and I should have. So, let me make some considerations.
You should just keep some dice like right in front of you. Just roll them. Like,
oh, I have them. I have dice. This is my work off.
Just faster. Just like, there you go. Got it.
She 21, 22, and 16. Actually, for one of those hits, would have been the damage or 10, which is so she would have failed with the 16. So her bark skin does fall. You see her skin begin to the kind of hardening that you'd seen where it was cracking and hardening around her has faded. Her concentration for bark skin.
Cool.
Her AC is slightly reduced now. Right. Well, what you were trying to hit is a little bit easier to hit now. All right, and that is it for your turn, right? G?
Yep, that's it.
All right. Briarling number 1, who is trying to swing at Sarah, is going to resume his assault. Loading halfling. Oh, he only gets 1 because he's still slowed, right?
Yeah.
So he got a 16, which still hits. But at least he can't hit you twice. 5 damage. Your concentration effect on holding slow, you rolled a 9. Which did nothing. There you go.
So, wait.
So the slowing effect, what's that?
So he's no longer slowed?
Correct, he is no longer slowed. Which means, by the way, you felt when it tried to hit you, Pogo, felt that if it were to hit you with both, it would have been able to wrap you up, and it was trying to wrap you, basically. And it seems like there's probably worse effects if it is able to get both around you, any of these guys.
Don't let them both hit you! Hit you bad!
Alright, so now the rest of you know as well as Pogo panically shouts.
Alright! Wait, no, I'm
Your
gonna
turn,
speak
Pogo.
like this dude fair. Okay! So while
like that you
Arteme
said
was
above
doing
yourself.
whatever Arteme is doing, I have a plan. I'm going to cast Hypnotic Pattern in
Okay.
the area between right where the cube that I have set up for this 30-foot cube.
Okay.
And see what happens.
You have targeted. Well, so I gotta roll 2 more dice. I'll tell you that you felt... No, you did. You did fine. You did exactly what you
Oh, I didn't have the other two targeted, did I?
Yeah, you did. You have Idjith, Leori, and Coral Briarling. You had them all
okay.
targeted. The Briarling definitely failed. They got a 2. But the 2 hags, you can only visibly see one. The other one's kind of behind the curtain. Both of them have resistance. It's called magic resistance. So they goes twice. But they got a 5 on that one, so that would have failed as well. And that one's a 17. So I'll make the first one, just do them in order. So that means 5 would have been for Idjith. Idjith is the one that's behind. Okay, so you see the one that is trying to stitch needles behind the curtain there. Kind of her hands slowly settle down, and she's kind of just looking up the sky based on the silhouette that you can see. Go ahead and put the effect on Idjith and Coral Briarling 2.
All right.
Or sorry, Coral Briarling 12 rather.
Yeah. And shit.
You actually rolled. Oh well, her rolls were bad, but the getting that off is tough. Some of these are so loud and so long, and others are so
I'm going to see 5. I'm gonna move back and
going through the area would have been hazardous terrain.
yeah,
difficult
I
terrain.
think I was 20 feet, so
Okay, all right, you're fine then.
Then I'm gonna use my bonus action to actually give Norak Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
So let me target
Thank you.
yes. There and sorry, gotta scroll down, untarget that one, then target Norak. And I lied because I think I walked oh, nope, 60 feet. We're good. So, nope, that's cutting words. Just kidding.
Yeah, give him disadvantage. That's good.
There we go. Bardic Inspiration. And then, if I gave you disadvantage, you got this, Snorlock! I don't care if your nose is bloody. You can murder her, and she's basically prone at this point. So I think he gets immediate critical hits.
Wait, we're using Hideous... No, you're using Hypnotic Pattern. That's not prone.
Oh, it's not prone. Okay.
She's standing still, so he has advantage
Got
on
it.
attacking her, which I guess results in the same anyway.
Oh, okay.
No, that's the other one, though. Sorry, the one that's affected by it is the one.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. Then I'm not even saying anything. Did I actually give him? No. It's good.
It's on there. You did it.
Oh, then I actually gave myself Bardic Inspiration. Damn it! I didn't want myself targeted either.
I'll take that off.
Hey.
There you go. All right. That's it for your turn.
That's it.
All right, it is Sarah's turn.
Right. So, oh god damn it! Didn't mean to move that. Okay. Either way.
Go ahead and move yourself wherever you're going, and then I'll put it back.
All right. So I'm going there.
Okay.
And
Just right back to where you were before.
Yep, staying within 10 feet. I'm going to bring up Shan, and she's going right behind the hag. Like,
all right.
So, question: if she's, would it give Norok the +2 if she was on the other side?
Yeah. Shan's friendly, so.
Sweet. So yeah, so that's where I'm going.
Smart. Golf clap.
Okay. You while you're sailing over this one that just tried to swing at you, you sail past its attack, and then through the other side, you've been weaving together the shadows behind the hag over there until they solidify into Shan standing right behind it. Is going to make a bite at her. Was that supposed to be an attack roll?
No, she's got to roll for her own initiative.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Her dex is a +2, so she got a 13, which actually puts her, in the same order where she was anyways. That's good.
Okay.
Neato.
And then for my action, I am.
Was that a bonus? You gonna get her as a bonus action?
Yes.
Summon her.
That's so much better than my banjo.
And then I'm going to.
It is kind of her like big shadow sorcerer ability, though.
That's pretty.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. You know what Touch does, right? I assume you were doing that for a particular reason.
Yes,
knowing
she
what
can
Touch
no
does.
longer regain HPs until the end of my next turn.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing she's not undead.
You do not. The effect of the touch on her does not feel like an undead touch,
Alright. And
Yeah.
she's still good at damage.
but it is natural 20, so double damage.
Oh,
Yay!
oh.
So
She's
as
dead?
the
You're about to
smoke
kill this
solidifies
bitch?
into let's see, she is no, she's not even bloodied yet. So
Jeez.
you guys still have a ways, and then a second one that's still behind the curtain.
Yeah, but the second one's at least we got 10 rounds.
We'll see. You have
Assuming
to
I hold my
concentration.
concentration. Yeah.
Everybody hide Pogo.
Yeah.
Any
Blindside!
I guess, movement, action, bonus action, anything else?
Yep, going right back behind there. So clear line of sight.
All right.
And that's the end of my turn.
It is Shan's turn. So, do you have the things to make the attack, or do you need me to do it?
Yeah, I got them. They
Okay.
are down here.
Artemis is going to be so fucking dead. I feel like we have a small chance.
Shit.
Natural one. She.
Wait. What is
Well,
it? Do I
you know
have
what,
this
that's
as a
fair.
bonus, or is this as a
Well,
ability?
it's your reaction to do it. It's not a bonus action to do it. It takes your reaction to do it. It's it's basically for friendly creatures within range of you, and I would say that Shan would still count for that. What
Yeah.
is the range on it?
Let me double check, because it might be 30 feet.
You are about 55 feet.
Yeah,
'cause you have to
so
move
it's
around
within 30 feet, so it wouldn't work.
All right, so no dice on that. She lurches forward. She's much taller than this creature. The hag is only, especially because it's hunched backed, is probably only like 5 feet tall. It probably would be taller if it could stand up straight. But it seems humanoid in shape. It's just crimson skinned. The ears, especially now that you're right in front of them, Norok, the ears are almost fin-like. Like this is an aquatic creature of some kind. But you see the kind of vaguely aquatic features surrounding it. But of course, being hunched over makes her quite a bit smaller. Shane lurches forward, trying to bite towards her neck. But where Norok had smacked her away with the hammer, she kind of stumbled forward a little bit. Shane's bite just misses over the top of her head. Can she do anything else, or is it just the bite? Because she can't move away from it, right?
Yeah, no, she can only attack.
She would have had a +2 for Norok being there, but that wouldn't matter for the natural. So. And in that case, that's it for her turn. The other Briarling that is in front of the door, or in front of the curtain rather,
Doesn't do shit.
Oh, that is the one that's hypnotic. Never mind. It does not do anything. It sways in place, and hypnotic pattern does not. They don't get another roll, right?
Let me double check. Oh, I really should know my character better. I mean, I think about it all the time. I just, kind of forget what all my deets are.
Yeah.
The spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage, or if someone else uses an action to shake the creature out of its stupor. So it does not get a roll.
It is. Nobody else has shaken it or anything at this point.
Nope.
Similarly, still the hag from behind the curtain, but as at the end of her turn, something happens and she appears to be snapped out of it.
Damn.
She didn't get this turn, which means she does not get to create another one because the two of them were out there making it. But she appears to be kind of shakes her head, and then she looks like she's moving normally again. She reaches down to grab her needles again, but has not begun sewing anything else. Her turn is wasted essentially for that. One of the other Briarlings though is actually this is the one that was finishing the entangle, so it's another range of the entangling effect. Grab that token again. This time it is going to appear. I think it's for what it can see. It's probably going to try to grab the big guy. So Norok, give me another strength save. It's a 13. You got to beat. You have advantage on it anyways, but 20-foot cube.
And remember, you also have
Bardic
whatchamacallit, if you want to use it.
Well, natural 20, so might be okay on that one.
Yeah.
You feel the vines trying to creep up around your feet, G, and you just keep yanking your feet out of them, kind of stomping in place over and over again, while you're trying to swing at the hag in front of you. And that is it for its turn. Okay. Is the hag that's in front of you? It's her turn. Let's see. This was within range. Shan was technically. Becky, do me a favor. Roll a d20 for Shan. I think 15. Yes. Okay. Well, she succeeded. So, shit. She doesn't have any blood. So never mind. I was going to make Shan, bleed out of her eyes and everything, but I guess it doesn't matter since she's just made a shadow. In that case, though, the one in front of you, G, which is labeled Leori, you see in her right hand, she turns back at you, just hisses loudly in your face, and in her right hand, you see a pillar of fire appear and then take shape into the shape of a scimitar.
Cutting words.
Okay.
After it rolls for attack, I'm gonna use cutting
shit.
words.
Okay. Well, she is taking that flame blade and trying to swing it at Norok. So go ahead and use your cutting words. The attack will be. Give me a second here. Roll the attack. Let me see.
Do I target her?
You just roll a d8, and we just subtract it from the attack roll.
Then I will just roll it.
There we go. She.
Oh,
Why
no,
did she have it?
I'll just roll. D8 is that one.
Okay, I see why. Okay. Well, she got a 22, so your
Farts.
words brings it down to 20. Still hits. Ben, you are hit by just this blade of roiling fire for 3d6.
All right, can I use my tribal endurance on that?
Yeah, good.
Okay.
It was 8 damage total that she rolled, so you don't get in half, of course, because it was fire, not physical. But yeah. Then you're gonna make your swing back, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh shit! You rolled max for your heal.
Sweet.
We're almost back to you, Fox. You're coming up next.
Okay.
Hey, at least she's like part of it. She's like watching here. It's a movie.
Oh shit! Natural 20.
What?
Isn't it?
I think I got one earlier, didn't I?
Well, Sarah got a natural 20 with her something. Or what it was.
Oh, it was the chill touch.
Oh, chill touch. That's right. Which
Say we kill one of these bitches and just get out and see what Artemis up to. We'll come back for the other one.
Seriously.
That cleaves through her shoulder where she's holding onto this, and you see the wound like starting to stitch together and then slows. They can't finish. You can see through into sinew and bone where you've cleaved through her shoulder. She's still holding the flame blade in her hand though. That's not concentration, so it is concentration. Never mind. Okay, let me roll that. I didn't think it was, but since that would have made her skin drop anyways.
Yeah, I have all concentration spells, and it fucking sucks.
I was really careful.
Everything a bard does, he just casts a spell and plays a lute in the corner.
Yeah.
Tries not to get fucking
she's
murdered.
still holding on to it. The fire is still sticking out of her arm, out of her hand. But she is bloodied now, by the way. Finally bloodied her. All right, guys. It is Fox's turn, so I'm going to pull Artemis down to the other channel. We'll be back in this.
Okay. Whew. I think we just murder this one, and then do you guys think that they can like completely regenerate? Like if one's alive, do you think you can bring the other one back to life?
I would say if we leave, we should probably take the body with us, so she can't bring it back.
Yes! Or at least like a chunk of the body, like the top half. It's not a big thing. Like, we could get it.
Just take the head and the arms. We're good.
Yeah.
Well, you remember when we killed that troll? I don't know if you were with us. Were you with us?
I was sleeping in the... Remember, I was sleeping in the backpack, and then I woke up, I cast Hypnotic Pattern, they both went into trance, and I said, let's leave, and I got back in the backpack. I didn't even have to lose my rest. I got a full 8 hour, I got a full night's rest out of that backpack. It was fantastic.
Yeah. Because when we killed them, they would come back on their next turn. If it was either you had to have a critical hit or with them, fire damage to actually fully kill them off. So with these ones, I don't know if it's fire or whatever, but either critical or some kind of whatever spell they're weak to, or whatever effect they're weak to.
Yeah, but it may not be that. It may be something else. It just may be a natural ability while they're alive. It may not bring them back once they're dead.
It's true.
Especially
it could just be
if
healing.
Yeah, especially if we like kill them, and not just leave them unconscious.
So we gotta like chop their heads off.
Yeah, but we have to inspect them when it is supposed to be totally dead. We need to look at whoever does the final blow needs to actually look and see it if it looks like it's still trying to stitch back together. Or not.
Yeah.
So the ones who
I'm
walk away,
gonna give you a hint. So. I will not be up close to check out the body, so I'm probably gonna be you, big guy.
Yeah.
I'm really sad that the lady woke up behind the curtain.
I know. I was getting excited there for a minute.
Stupid Wizard of Oz bullshit. I was like, all right, we can do this. We can do it. Yeah, I had to click off a few. I'm down to 2 first level, 2 third, 1 fourth. So I might have to make an attack here. We'll see. I'll move my spiritual banjo in to keep wailing on her. I feel like if we get one more good attack with Norok. Oh, but you're at disadvantage. No, you have advantage, so you're at normal rolls.
Go ahead, Fox.
+2.
Okay. I'm gonna say, hey, is everybody still there?
Oh!
You guys hear over the stone, you hear Arteme talk to you over the stone.
We need your help!
Cool.
There's a couple witches down here, and they're fucking ugly!
We need your help because they're fucking ugly.
They're so ugly! I can't handle it! We need you here!
Save us from their ugliness.
Yeah, if you took an average rating of this room, it would be like still a -2. We need some more hot people! I'm just joking! Come down here!
We're in the cellar.
I think she knew we were in the cellar. I think we were talking in the cabin.
Yeah, you guys had told her that before you started going on the stairs. So,
oh yeah.
You're gonna rush into the house, Arteme?
Yeah, I'm slowly gonna make my way into the house.
Okay. Well, your movement's normally 30. Are you slowly in that you're gonna move like 15 feet per round? Because it's gonna take you an hour to get there.
No, I'm just gonna try to pick.
Wouldn't it be better to dash through?
Yeah, I mean you can dash if you want to. The action bonus action that would get you 60 feet means that you'd be at the bottom of the stairs next round if you did that.
Okay, I'll try that. Well, trying not to get hit by the coral too much.
Okay. You notice that as soon as you rush towards the house, hearing your friends, calling for help down from the basement, you dash off as fast as you can, trying to step, as left and right of the coral as best you can. And then as soon as you get up to the doorway in the house where the path goes in through the house, you kind of leap over it, trying to make it to the other side so you don't have to step on the coral. The one ankle, your one foot rather, steps into the coral, and where it touches it, you realize you don't hear the whispers. They're there, but they're distant. You don't hear them. It seems like whatever you had done, maybe you kind of bought yourself some time of resistance, maybe.
Okay.
Dash your way down the stairs?
Yeah, and you cut out again, just to clarify.
I was talking fast. It could have been that, but I'll figure it out. I'll probably shoot it over later. All right.
Careful! That ground, if you can get around that ground, it will fuck you up. The growth.
So you make your way to the base of the stairs there, Arteme. You see 3 of these little twig-like creatures that appear to be made up of the vine-like coral, as well as these 2 kind of almost pulsing fibrous masses against the sides. And you can't quite see. You can hear Norok fighting something on the other side, but you can't see what it is. There is a growth of coral directly in front of you at the base of the stairs. That was your action to dash to get here. You still have a bonus action. Anything you want to do with bonus?
Leave the fucking rug alone.
Yeah,
Bastard.
yeah, Fox, leave the rug alone as your bonus action.
What?
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry,
so
dog.
confused, but okay.
Ben was talking to
I couldn't remember if I was muted or not, so.
Puppy's chewing on the rug.
Oh, okay.
Fucker.
That makes sense.
Chewing on
I'm gonna put a healing spirit behind Nora.
All right.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah.
There you go. You have to see the place where you're going to put it because you can't see that far. Because there's a
Yeah.
pillar in the.
These are pillars.
Okay.
You can still cast it, but you wouldn't be able to. If you need to be able to see the place that you're casting it to, look at healing spirit to check.
Yeah, let me find it really.
In a space that is a 5-foot cube that you can see within range, yeah, so you can't put it on. No.
Okay.
So where would you like to put it that is visible? You do see Sarah, who has some. She has taken a tiny. There's a small wound on her where she was smacked once, but she's floating above in front of you. She doesn't look to be severely injured, but it is. She's the only one that you can. Yeah, Pogo has not been hit yet.
That would
No,
probably be
I
the
was hit,
farthest point I
but
could
not by
see,
much.
so I'm gonna put it there and then move it.
Here, I put it on the map. Go ahead and put it wherever you're going to put it.
I put
Pogo
it
is
up
in
here.
here.
Oh,
Okay.
he's injured too?
Yeah, but just a
Pogo's
little
taken
bit.
more hits. He's got 16 versus Sarah, who's.
Okay, I'll
So
put it there
Pogo.
for now.
All right, then Pogo, at the start of your next turn, you'll have some heal. Go ahead and roll that
Jiggity.
box.
Roll it now for the heal?
Yeah, when you first cast it, they get it, and then at the beginning of their turn, you're touching it.
Okay,
2 hit
there
points
we
to Pogo.
Yay!
Is Sai doing anything, Fox? I've just put her right after you in the initiative order because she came back with you.
go. Oh, right. I should have rolled for her. I guess, do I roll initiative now?
I just put you guys at the end since you were there anyway. You can if you want to go ahead and roll her initiative separately. That's fine. Go ahead and give me a d20.
Okay.
All right, 16 she gets 2, so initiative of 18, which means she'll be coming up soon. So, all right, that it for your turn?
Yeah.
All right, then it is. Drop this back down so we get the proper round count here. There we go. She's not able to make another one this turn, so no new Briarlings have appeared this turn. The one that threw the entangle up is going to try to trudge over the ground, and you notice that it can't move very fast. It's moving off of the coral there, and is going to get up to the edge of the previous entangling and try to smack at the floating halfling with both hands. 20 on that one, so that hits. Not natural.
Cutting words. Cutting words.
Okay, well, you gotta go ahead and roll it.
Oh, that means you got something really good.
It may work. You might be enough. I think.
Wait. No, I can't. I don't have a reaction this round. I already used mine for Norak. Never mind. I
Oh.
can't do it anyways if I wanted
Yeah,
to.
you did. Yep. Okay. Well, both hit. You feel both of the kind of elongated
You
arms.
did
Of the,
both attacks at once?
yeah,
thought
I
you
rolled
did
both.
one. Oh,
Yeah, I
I was
rolled
gonna
both.
use shield on the second one.
Okay. Well, go ahead and mark it off because you said you were gonna.
Sorry, I did it before he said anything. I saw the shadow of the dice roll.
Yeah.
So that's when I was like, "Brr, brr, 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 brr." I'm actually trying really hard to stay within 60 feet of everybody.
That's funny. You haven't seen campaign 1, and you seriously you should. Campaign 2 is good, but campaign 1 is much better. What are your thoughts, Becky? You've seen both, right? Yeah, because you watch all of campaign 1.
Yeah,
Dude, I can barely keep up with. I'm on episode like 54, and every time I finish an episode, they've come out with another week.
I usually I'll let
How many
a few
episodes was the
catch up.
first season? Because they're at like 90 or something for the second one.
115, I think,
That's
and they're
so-
at 97 or 98.
That's 400 hours.
Yeah, for real it is. Now you most of the episodes there will be like, especially early on, there would be like an extra 2 hours of them like unboxing shit and things like that. You don't need to watch all of it. You can,
Yeah.
but not game. But for season 2, like what I pretty much do is I'll let 3 or 4 episodes pile up and then I'll watch them like just in the background at work and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's what I do. I just do it when I'm driving for work.
Yeah. The podcast one would probably work fine too, but I like to actually watch, especially in fights. But Becky, are you caught up?
Yeah, I'm completely. Well, not this one that they just did on Thursday because I watch it on Mondays. But
Okay.
other than that, I'm completely caught up.
Were you surprised? I guess maybe you might have already, because I haven't paid as close of attention this season as I should. Were you surprised at the big revelation at like 93 or 94? Do you remember what I talked about at the very end of the episode?
that one wasn't the. Was that one the Traveler?
Yeah. Because apparently
Someone,
nobody else was surprised, but I was fucking surprised. Like, I didn't realize that that's who it would be.
like, I had no idea that was who it was going to be. I thought it might have had some connection with.
I
the
would have
first
guessed her
campaign,
dad.
but not that. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting him.
Justin doesn't know who her dad is yet.
No, I don't know who her dad is yet.
Oh
Yeah.
damn!
Yeah, he's coming back.
We
You're
thought
not
it. We thought it might be the gentleman, but they haven't really talked about it since they
Yeah.
thought it maybe might
Yeah,
be.
just red herring. What's funny though is that you're not even to the good stuff yet, and season 1 is still much better than even with all the stuff from season 2. It's still good, and I'm sure it'll get better and better. Like, to be fair, season 1 they did start at like level 7 or 8 or something like that, so they didn't
Yeah.
start right from 1 like they did for season 2. Anyway, well, they started earlier, just recorded.
Sure.
Back to the game though. So
Okay.
the two arms that lash out at Sarah from where she is 5 feet above the floor wrap around her, and she's kind of in this the surrounding and yanks her to the ground where she is smashed into the entangling vines there. Sarah, go ahead and give me a strength check as well, just for the entangling.
Check or save?
Save. It's a 13. Okay, so while you are still surrounded by the grabbing arms of this thing and still wrapped in that, you are not grabbed by the entanglement, but it is 30 damage that you take from it being smashed in the ground
Oh,
and are immediately restrained by the piercing kind of thorns of it wrapping around you, and restrained from it holding its arms around you. As long as it is able to hold on to you, you won't be able to move. You basically are restrained. So speed is 0, and not able to move. Wow.
I'm not able
I like that one because it's not loud.
Exactly. It's funny because I turn them down and then you can't hear the other ones. Like the hideous laughter one, there was like this cool laugh track that was going in the background, but then the others are too loud, so I just turned it back down again. Anyway, you are restrained and grappled, arms stuck to your sides as it's pinned to the ground.
I can't cast spells then.
Not with somatic components yet.
I
Verbal you still can, so no material, no somatic at the moment.
think most of mine are somatic, so that would be great.
As long as you can speak still, you're not gagged, so you're still able to speak there. It is Norak's turn.
And remember, you still have Bardic Inspiration too if you need to use that.
Oh, yeah.
It's an extra D8 for like an attack roll or
save or checks, I think, right? Isn't it all of them?
attack roll, saves, or checks.
Cool.
Fuck, I
And
might
you're still
actually go
frenzy
through,
rage too.
I might go through all my Bardic Inspirations this fight.
That'd probably be the first time. You
It
said
would
there's
be.
burn all-
It's fucking 5 of them.
Yeah.
But you're still frenzied, so you still have your bonus action attack as well. So three attacks.
All right, let's see if I can finish cleaving up this one.
Okay. She is bloodied now. She's still got a ways to go, but you might be able to if you roll high enough. That hits.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll all your attacks, unless it's a crit. Just roll, assuming you're going to make all
Okay.
3.
Yeah.
Well, you might have to save one for if you kill it without the third attack.
True. Never mind. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
Usually, to save time at the table, Justin, especially when we get later in the game, it's
Mhm.
recommended to have everybody just roll all of their attacks and then roll the number
You
of
can
dice
always-
needed for the damage.
Got it.
Yeah, but yeah, digitally, especially because of the way the crit works in this, how it automatically happens, it does make sense to do it. One nice swing across the jaw, just kind of beating her in the face over and over again, trying to break her concentration. Go ahead. This great weapon master, Justin, it's the same thing that Steven picked up for sharpshooter,
Yes.
except for range damage. So
That
so
sharpshooter's badass.
Yeah, it is.
that hits as well.
So is the giant killer or giant slayer, whatever he has.
Yeah.
That's
So
fucking awesome.
Ranger-
As soon as
especially-
anything gets taken damage, then you get
Yep.
an extra attack, an extra D8 attack.
Damage, yeah. That's actually what I have on your game, G. That's what I have on my spear fighter there.
Yeah.
Is the giant slayer, giant killer, whatever it's called. That hits as well.
I just always called you always called it Slayer, but I guess that makes sense because it's just shortened version of it.
Yeah, if they've taken any damage at all, then you get an extra D8 on top of it. Which, since it's a die, if you crit, so if you build what's called a crit fishing build,
What?
double that die as well. And that hits. Oh, that's your damage.
Okay.
Sorry. That was a 23. So, hang on. Did you roll 3 attacks already, or just 2?
I rolled my third attack, did I? Or did I
Yeah.
not actually roll the attack? Okay, cool.
So between the 3 swings, just hacking away at her as best you can, you see this swirl of blood that was surrounding her. You're kind of just cleaving through that, and then into her skin beneath it, just spraying blood all around. This is the blood that was sucked out of you, which, by the way, you'll be making the roll here in just a second for, to see if you can any further. But out of you and Pogo, this kind of just AIDS vacuum just spinning around her. Flailing left, flailing right, as you're kind of
That's
carving.
like a level 4 spell, guys.
AIDS vacuum.
I
go ahead
cast
and make
AIDS
your-
vacuum.
Go ahead and make your save, G. It is a con. I think it was a check.
And
15.
Bardic
right?
Inspiration too. Caca.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
thanks.
If you need it.
Good point.
Oh, but I think it's a strength save.
Constitution
so-
15. It's a con.
Yeah.
17. So still okay, but you still take half damage. It is
Okay.
10. It was 20, so you'll take 10 damage from that. Of necrotic. It is Sai's turn, Fox.
Okay, she's gonna go and support Norok if she.
Okay. Let's see, what is her movement speed? 40 feet. Well,
She's gonna get,
through
like,
this,
It's disaster.
I mean,
Lance.
she's able to move through these without the save needed for that. But
You gonna try and like dash.
You can make
over
two.
here?
I mean, she could spend her action to dash. Yes.
She'll try and dash to help with.
Okay.
Like,
Well, then she can. In that case, she'll have to go through the other one. She can make
try
it
and go
to about there-ish.
Okay.
If she's going to Dorok. But she
Yeah.
won't be able to distract this turn because she dashed.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. And that is it for her turn. It is one of the Coral Briarling's turn. The prone and smashed up Sarah. Well, not prone, but she was smashed into the ground and then is being kind of bound up. He is going to similarly swing at her, which is going to be much easier for him to hit now. 25. Oh shit! Natural 20. We might have something real bad coming, guys, because that was only the first attack, and Sarah is in bad shape.
Cutting words! I'm gonna use cutting words on the second attack.
Okay. Well, there's a
Don't
natural
hurt my
20
friend, you piece of shit!
It's a good thing I got a backup character ready.
Oh shit! And he rolled a 6 and a 5, so with his damage. So, and then second attack.
I'm gonna, before he says if it hits or not, I'm gonna yell
Okay.
cutting words.
Go ahead. Go ahead and do your cutting word.
-3.
Okay, Sarah. So it was a 19. That brings it down to a 16.
Yes, and I still have shield up too.
Your turn hasn't come back around yet. Okay. All right.
Yep.
So with the shield and the cutting words, just enough that the second swing comes down at her, and there's this kind of flash as this kind of bluish sphere that surrounds Sarah knocks the second attack away. If she'd gotten hit by both again, she would have been lifted up and smashed into the ground again, which probably would have knocked her out. So that could have been very dangerous. You managed to save her from another unconscious and more lingering injuries, more concussions. It is your turn, Pogo.
Oh, that was a close one. All right. And
Oh,
I'm
by the way,
looking
so
at-
Ben, for the attacks on Leori, she is looking very rough. She's still got some hit points left, but not a whole lot. Like you feel like probably 1 or 2 more swings to her out.
Okay. Oh, and did her fire sword concentration drop? On any of those hits?
I did not roll those. So, a reminder. 2020. She got a 9 in the last one. So the fire sword dissipates with your third swing. So it is Pogo's turn. Arteme already rolled the heal for you, but standing next to this, it's called a Kaloran, but this kind of vaguely elven fey spirit that's standing in front of you. You feel your wounds begin to stitch together being near it. What are you doing?
All right. Seeing this creature over here that's pretty bloodied, I'm going to attack it with guiding bolts at level 4.
Okay. Jeez, throwing out the big guns, huh?
I've got one shot, and if it's pretty beat up. All right.
That 8d4. Let's see. Second level or higher, damage increases by 1d6.
7d6.
Yeah.
First, I gotta cast it to see if it hits. No one breathe!
Blowing on your dice? I thought it sounded like he
No
was
one
blowing.
fucking breathe!
It hits.
Yes! Okay.
That also gives
So-
advantage too. So,
Alright. So, how do I do this?
so I think you hold. Hang on. There we go.
And it
Okay.
grants
So
advantage
what
attack.
you do? Yeah, the next attack again, we get to have advantage. It should be glowing. So what you do is click and drag. Don't drop it yet, but click and pick up the damage button,
Okay.
and then right click until you have 7 showing instead of 4.
6.
So right click.
7. Alright. And then just drop him on the board.
You know, combat tracker or on her doesn't matter. As long as if it's on the board, by the way, as long as you see their name appear in the tooltip, then you're good.
Let's see here. Alright, let's see here.
There you go. For 26.
Whoosh! Norak, make sure her head's fucking cut off!
From Norak over your right shoulder, just kind of in front of you, you see this glowing fireball, this like radiant fireball, smash into her, and she just bursts open in the midsection and then comes back together. The way that, like in movies, when you see like a black hole kind of a thing, it blows up through a midsection and then recoalesces right back down. And she's still glowing, but she's just knocked away from it. In fact, probably into the side, dodges out of the way easily enough, but the body kind of collapses over in front of Sai on the floor. You can already see that. Where was Sarah's turn? Yes, you can already see the wounds are stitching together. So just keep that in mind. But any bonus actions? Okay.
The wounds are stitching together?
I haven't had my turn yet, so are they stitching?
The effect is not on her. You had your. Wait, did you?
I haven't had my turn yet. It should still be on her.
The effect's not on her, so it fell off at some point. Did you? You did that your last round? You did something else after that. Your chill touch was 2 rounds ago, wasn't it?
No, it was just last round because I used a reaction for shield.
Well, that wouldn't have knocked it off. Okay. In that case, go ahead and put the effect on her. Maybe you just didn't put it on there first time or something.
These rounds do take a while with 7 things.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like it's hard to keep track of everything.
It's the one that says chill touch can't regain HP. Drop it on her. There you go. Okay. All right. Then in that case,
well, I'll
the
use my banjo to attack the Briarling that's close here.
5 is the one that has Seraphina grasped.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the banjo to attack.
All right.
Okay, so
He's been
targeted.
hurt a little bit, but he's not bloodied yet.
he's targeted with my banjo, or he isn't targeted with my banjo. I don't think he is, or is he?
Well, you would target him.
Yeah.
But you don't have anything targeted right now.
Got it. Because it does this weird thing where I can click on my banjo and I can tell my banjo to target him, but I don't think that actually does anything. So I get
All that does, that puts a range thing on, so you can see the
Yeah.
different stuff, but that's all that happens.
I get confused.
Yeah,
I
your
get
your banjo is
confused
not a separate
sometimes.
creature.
All right, let's see if this hits.
It is. It hits. All right. With the clubbing of your spiritual banjo over the back of its head, it's definitely more than bloody. It's actually close to death, but still up and still grasping onto Sarah.
Ah,
Is that it for your turn?
that's it. We gotta kill this fucking thing.
Okay, Sarah, you are restrained and grappled. Stupid effect to end. You can try to break yourself free. It's a DC 15 strength check.
I have
It takes
to
your action to do it.
because the only 2 spells I can cast right now are Darkness and Predacol.
All right.
Oh,
You are
darkness
pretty
might not
badly
be
injured
bad.
too.
Shit.
Not with that. Any bonus actions?
No, I don't have. Oh, wait, yes, I do. I'm gonna use 2 surges of the ring and give myself a hit die.
Okay. You've got it kind of, your arms are, pressed at your side, so I'd say that you can touch yourself enough to All right, so a little bit of hit points back then.
Something.
Yep.
And
All right,
that's
it is.
it.
Okay, it's Shan's
Shan
turn.
is gone because the hag hit 0 hit points.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. Yep. So she got poofed. Well,
It
the hag.
doesn't say
it-
'Cause it's
dead,
not-
it just says 0.
Okay, this is 0 hit points. All right. That's
Yeah.
good. Good to know.
stop talking him out of things.
I double checked to make sure.
At least that one's still sleeping or incapacitated.
Yeah, that one is still incapacitated. It has not been shaken awake or anything. The other hag that had reached down and started to grab its needles realizes what's happening. Hearing her sister, or the other hag, anyways, has shrieked and stopped making noise, is going to push her way out of the curtain as well. You see her similarly hunched over, red crimson skin. Immediately, as soon as she stepped through, she also pulls out, holds a hand up and casts Flame Blade. But as she approaches...
Oh, by the way, the effect is now off of the other hag. I've had my turn.
Effect is now off of the other hag. Which hag?
Dead, half, not
yeah.
quite, kind of dead. I like that it shows on here, Leori has fallen, as if dead.
Yeah. Well, they specifically put that in there in case, because you're rolling
Sure.
for... Oh, yeah, the chill touch. Okay. All right. You probably would have had to have rolled... Well, wait, it's not concentration for chill touch. It's just an effect if it hits. Okay, all right, then never mind. So you would have had to roll anyways. Okay. All right, then we are good there. But the other, Idjith, has approached out of the kind of stumbling forward. It looks like she's got maybe bad knees or something. But stumbling her way forward... yeah, there. That's about right. Norak, give me another Constitution save. 15.
I think you still have Bardic Inspiration, don't you? Yeah, you do.
He doesn't have to use it yet.
Yeah,
He's rolling
true.
high enough. Uh, 14. No, it's a 15, so it's full damage
So-
this time.
Oh.
What?
Does he get to use it? Let me see if he gets to
Oh,
use
yeah.
it.
Okay.
before or
Yeah.
Yeah.
after.
It's a save.
But I will this time,
Yeah. Go ahead.
obviously. So
I mean, it's only one, so you really can't fail. It'll still be half damage, but better half than full.
yay.
So go ahead and we'll mark off your use of the Bardic Inspiration. We'll save you some hit points here. 46 plus 4. 15, cut in half. Take 7. Oh, necrotic. Here you are.
It's funny that Arteme has full hit points, and we thought she was fucking getting murdered.
She made some good choices. She really didn't make any bad choices.
Aw.
You guys don't know
Aww.
what was happening to her. You guys can discuss that afterward. But the where she was, something different was happening for her, and she made all the right choices to get out. So just took her some time was all. Let's see. So action was to do the Flame Blade and not a useful bonus action for anything. So that is it for her turn. The Briarling over there, the one that entangled, is. Sorry, guys, but she. I mean, the restrained halfling is the most, let's say, valuable target, I guess, for this. Is going to go after Sarah as well.
That's messed up.
I mean, it's what it would do, so it's not really. I'm not trying to be mean necessarily,
Just
but
because I said I had a backup character doesn't mean I want to use it.
well, that hits. And second one. No, a 12, so that one does not hit. So you don't get the full slam, but from the first attack, rolled max damage. So for 9 total damage to you from the.
Oh, it's just hanging on there.
Just barely. Sarah is at 52 out of 56. Not good. Okay. Well, she's still the hag that's on the ground is still bleeding out. Is not conscious. Artemis' turn.
Okay,
You see Sarah is wrapped up in these reddish kind of vines surrounding her, and is just being clubbed at by these 3 that are surrounding her.
okay.
The one that is furthest across from you, with the banjo right behind it, is barely holding on. It's been smashed.
Okay. Let's see. What can I do?
Sarah's also bleeding profusely.
Okay, I'm gonna yeah, I'm gonna use Healing Word.
On Sarah?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I have...
Okay. Natural 1, of course, but at least some hit points for Sarah.
That's my bonus action.
Yep, that's
Better
one.
than nothing.
Like,
For you to
I'm
move-
picturing Seraphina like just fucking bloodied on the ground, and then like this magic like heals like her.
Yeah.
And like her right 2 fingers on her left hand.
That hangnail you
heal
had
up
yesterday,
perfectly.
all better.
Yeah,
it's
it's
great,
gold.
man.
It's really a
you
load
said-
off.
You
Go
said
ahead, Buck.
she's restrained. Does that
She's
mean
restraining
that-
grapple.
Would I be able to use lesser restoration to get rid of one?
No.
No, that would be like if she was affected by an internal thing, like a poison of some kind. The
Yeah,
restoration.
she's restrained by the ground and
physical thing.
grappled by the
Okay.
guy with my banjo. Oh, you
She
would know that.
saved
Well,
against the entangling, but yeah.
Wow, I don't even know what to do to help her.
You can. I mean, the three that
Caca,
are
kill the hurt one! Caca!
Yeah, you could. I mean, you could hit that one. That'll at least. That's the one that's holding her in place. Is the one that's directly across from you.
And I
Yeah.
imagine you see
Out.
that it's like arms are fucking
Yeah, exactly.
latched
Its arms
out.
are out around her, and then she's cocooned inside of these thorn bushes. Essentially.
You know, like
Far
weird
away
Japanese porn.
from it.
What's that? How far are you from the one that's holding onto her?
No, how far away is she from it?
10 feet.
10 feet.
You can see it on the map. Oh shit! Did I not? I gave you the map. Did you close it earlier when you weren't in here, Fox?
No. Okay, perfect. Sorry, I just needed to know how far she was from it. Because every time I hit on her, it shows me like who she's targeting, not how far she is from something. Okay, so I'm gonna use Ice Knife on this guy.
Okay. On the one that's furthest.
Yes.
All right.
Nice.
That hit.
Okay.
He failed to save. So.
That's pierce and cold damage then.
You just kind of fling it the way that you would if you were throwing a knife, kind of over her head almost, because you're still at the base of the stairs there, and into what would be the chest cavity of this creature, and the ice knife explodes, shattering out just a rain of shrapnel, like chunks of ice,
My
surrounding.
banjo!
Does not hit her. Does plink off of the banjo and then fall to the ground. But the arms that were wrapped around her fall and just begin to kind of just fall off from the sides of her and then slough into the ground like they're starting to decay almost. She's no longer restrained or grappled.
Okay, perfect.
You did use your bonus any movement.
No, I'm gonna stay here for now. Because I'm not touching the coral and I don't want to go into it yet.
Yeah, you would pretty much have to if you step forward. There's a little bit. It's basically on the stairs that you're on as well. It's just not as dense there. You'll be able to find 2 spots where your feet can be that aren't touching it.
Okay, I'll
But
just
there
stay.
is no longer restrained. Okay, and there then it is. No more. Nobody's making more of them, so no more of the coral briarlings appear. But number 5 is still. Oh, go ahead and remove it. It fades in. It's Nork's turn.
Cleave that bitch's fucking head off!
Make a con. Well, it'll be at the end.
Can I? Well, I guess I was gonna see if I could. Is there anything about them that I could see that might give me a clue as to what's keeping them together? Like, is that something you can do?
How do you mean keeping them together?
Like, what's like? Is it obviously just magical healing, or does it look like there's something about it that would be more obvious as to why
Can
it's healing?
definitely make that. Give me a Arcana check. Arcana or Nature. In your case, probably Arcana's better.
Yeah. In the tower or not?
Doesn't matter.
I like it when I can see it. Great.
Yeah.
I don't know shit.
Yeah. I'll tell you, there is an effect that's happening that you guys haven't noticed yet. So,
Yeah.
All right. See if I can beat up the other one.
that hits. Good hit.
All right. See if I can do it again.
I'll see if she can hold on to her flame blade this time. That one misses.
Crap.
Oh, hang on. Oh, sorry. She has a reaction. I've been waiting for this. Nobody's like missed it for yet. These guys actually have some cool abilities. It's not a ton that would have been in the middle here. Let's see. Oh, all right. Well, it's just an attack with a flame blade or whatever her weapon is. So she lashes out at you as you swing against her with your. Oh shit! She got a 28 with flame blade. Here you are for 20 damage to fire damage to Norok as you're swinging at her. Go ahead, G. Norok's got 73 total hit points. He's taken 50 damage. So.
Yeah. Fucked up.
That hits. So your third attack hits.
Hey.
Oh shit! That'll
Small
be really good for you, Fox. That'll take your modifier up by one more as well. That'll help all of your spells.
All right, that's it for me.
Another good swing. She she pulled some of your blood out already. So that same kind of spinning blood surrounding her, kind of are smashing. It's not as dense as the other one was, but you're kind of cleaving through it and throwing just like arterial spray in all directions as you're swinging at her. But she. Not her turn yet. Never mind. So nothing else yet. She's injured, but not anywhere near bloodied or anything yet. It is Sai's turn, Fox.
Okay, so she's going to help Nora.
Okay. So that she
Distracting
will
this
run
guy,
around and try to harass the ankles of Idjith here.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put distract on.
You put it on. No, well, hang on. I think what it was. Let me double check again. We've changed it so many times. I always forget between now. Her distract grants advantage on attacks. So you actually would drop that on the hag, and we'll just have to remember to, because it'll automatically fade off of the hag when the hag's turn comes. So if it's still up there, which it will fade before Nora comes back, so we'll just have to remember to put it back on. Go ahead and drop it on Idjith if you would.
Okay.
And Briarling 1, while you're doing that, is. Sarah's still wounded, is going to try to take her down still. I mean, I'm not picking on you, Becky. I hope you realize when I'm trying to pick on you. You're the wounded angel you're after.
It is totally fair. I get it.
I'm really hoping Artemis has some neat healing magic to bring her back. Oh, she does. She's got healing stuff, yeah.
Yeah, she does.
I have my reaction back, and I'm no longer grappled, right?
Yeah, you're not grappled anymore. And you've had your turn, so okay. Okay. In that case, it swings out with one arm, and you immediately just throw your hand that's just been recently freed. Throw your hand up and kind of surround yourself with this bluish bubble, bluish translucent bubble. It knocks that hand away. I got a 19, so with your AC of 16 plus the shield, you've been 21, so you missed that one. Second attack, you got a 22.
Ah, damn it.
Oops.
It's better than being hit by both, though. So, and he rolled max as well. So, roll 6 plus 3 for a total of 9. And Sarah goes down, being clubbed away by these coral briarlings who are about to pile on her. It looks like almost the way that the Albashar, the zombies, almost like that. Sarah
This is not good.
Of course, Sarah's the only one that mentioned having a backup. So, anyways, it is Pogo's turn.
I jinxed
What's that? What did you say, Becky?
I jinxed myself.
Yeah, really. You are starting next to Artemis' spirit, so another heal roll for Pogo, if you would, Fox. And Pogo, just over your left. Of course, it's a 1. But you saw Sarah getting smacked again and falls face first into the coral entanglement. What are you doing?
Oof. Alright. First, I'm gonna move my banjo. How does Briarling 1 look? Has he even been attacked yet?
Briarling 1. Yeah, he's
been.
I mean, he's more than bloodied. Like your banjo would probably be able to knock him out.
I'm gonna move my banjo next to him, and I'm gonna use my bonus action to attack with my banjo.
Okay.
And big money, no whammies.
You got 21 that hits.
Damn it! Oh shit! Just enough.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of hit points left. So You smash him over the head with it. This is the one that just knocked Sarah out, by the way. Getting vengeance for your unconscious friend.
My other small friend!
It goes splintering into.
If she dies, I'll have to take her banjo or her flying broom. It'll be terrible.
Oh, how I would regret stealing all of her valuables.
So bad.
Right,
She told me she wants me to look at her body afterwards just to make sure that her burial rites that she told me.
So everybody knows. Everybody heard that, right?
So,
It's kind of sad, but I figured he would be the one to take all of my stuff.
I mean, I haven't gotten there yet. There's a lot of other things I gotta try to do here. Okay, so that was my.
Oh shit. Well, I mean that's up to you on how smart that choice was there, Justin.
Oh, I did have healing word.
You had healing word as a bonus action.
Totally forgot that I had healing word as a bonus action. Well, my bad.
Too bad.
All right.
In narrative, it just makes sense that Pogo's slightly greedy.
Yeah. And forgetful. Not terribly smart. Okay, what do I have? How many spell slots do I have left? I've got a couple ones and a couple thirds. So let's see. Oh boy. This is tricky. I am going to... If I can attack Idjith without hitting Norok with something. So sad that Hypnotic Pattern just didn't work.
You haven't seen behind the curtain there, but it seemed like something might have snapped her out of it.
Yeah, there's probably something behind the curtain which I'd like to get to without getting murdered. Alright, I'm going to use my action to move. Let's see here. Can I go through the healing spirit?
Yeah.
5. This is hazardous terrain for these two spots right here, right?
Yes.
So 5, 10, 15. So I can basically get like right there.
Yep.
And then I'll use... Oh, no, because I already used my bonus action, and that was my action, or that was my movement, and then I'll use my action to dash again. And how far can I get if I dash? I'm trying to get behind the curtain. That was my next thing, is I'll see what's behind this curtain.
Okay. Going around the bottom side of the rock there?
Yeah.
Right side of the rock for you? It would be 30, so 15 more feet you could get to here.
Alright. If I go here, do I have half cover or no? Probably not, huh?
No, you don't have any cover from there, from her.
What about if I moved right there?
Half cover there. If you stayed here, you'd have full cover.
Right there?
Yeah, there's full cover.
Okay. I'm going to I'll move one further for half cover.
Okay.
And that ends my turn.
All right, make a con save, beat a 15.
Fuck.
You stepped back into the radius of this thing, and that same sickness, that same evisceration.
Oh, I forgot all about it. All right.
Bleeding out of the eyes and ears all over again.
Constitution save.
I said we did say he was forgetful because he's just like, oh, I forgot.
Yep.
All right. Tits.
Not with the 9. Taking full damage from this one. There it is. 40 plus 6. 17. Not that much.
Not terrible. Luckily, I had Luckily, I got 3 extra hit points from that healing spirit, so I'm feeling pretty topped off.
Hypnotic pattern. The concentration dissipated, but of course it wasn't affecting anybody yet, or still anymore anyway. So.
Oh, did I lose it?
Your turn.
Yep.
All right, it is Sarah's turn then. Sarah, you are. What's that?
How do you roll a death save?
Did I turn off the? I think as soon as don't hit the button yet, Justin. As soon as I hit this, I think it's going to automatically roll. If it doesn't, I'll show you how to do it manually.
All right.
I might turn it off just so we can do it manually because I think it's more fun that way. Well, hang on. It might if it's at the end of the. I might have already turned it off. Let's see. It might be at the end of your turn, in which case, as soon as I click this again, it would fire. So let's see. It did not. Okay. So to roll a death save, go to. So I did already turn it off, which is go to the main tab.
Yeah, and is it the
the little button? Yeah, where it says death saves at the bottom center. Just click that button. Okay.
Woohoo!
That's one good so far. She is still bleeding out, but so far at least may stabilize. We'll see. If she gets hit, remember it's an automatic crit, so that's 2 failed death saves.
2 failed. Yeah.
Oh,
and he's got 2 attacks.
And he gets 2 attacks. So you understand how this is serious, right?
Yes.
Oh no! Pogo fucked up real bad.
This one that is by Norok, and Sai is probably going to take Sai because Sai is the easier target. Is going to try to attack at her, but she's closer and is smaller, easier to grab. Misses anyways. Sai dodges out of the way. Swings a second time, which does hit her. D6, doing a total of 8 damage to Sai, which is almost all she's got. And it is going to move up behind her. Actually, well, shit, because it prefers to attack at range, it'll move forward slightly, but actually it'll just move just out of the corals, but still able to swing at her. It is Idge's turn, which, okay, that won't matter for you guys just yet. Ben, you attacked her twice. Did her flame blade drop? I rolled the saves, didn't I?
Yeah, I think the Leori dropped before she died, I think, and then I don't think it has on this one, though.
Okay, let me see. She rolled high enough anyway, so it wouldn't matter. That's, yeah, go ahead and... That is still on her for now. That's going to fall off in one box. So put it back on her in just a second here. And then the Norok gets another attack at her or whatever, then that'll be useful. All right, she is going to...
Does it go on her? Because it says advantage.
Yeah, it grants advantage. Oh, hang on. Do you have it in 2 different spots? Because the one I just looked at was grant advantage attack, which
It
is...
says advantage
Which would go on Norok, not her,
Norok,
right?
I think, yeah.
I feel like we have this conversation every
pretty
time.
much every time. Yeah.
We do, yes, because it changed like 5 times now, so it's...
Yeah. There isn't an efficient way to set that up, that help action for an animal like that. It's easier to just do it, mentally of how the help action works, which is basically as soon as while they're distracting, as long as the reminder's there, then they always have an advantage on the attack. But anyways, it didn't matter, it won't hurt anything. But she is going to, with her bonus action, swing with her flame blade at Norok here.
Fuck.
There. Misses. Got a 14. And with its with her action though, she turns cackling at seeing the little halfling coming around the corner there. Who kind of stepped out and then back again slightly. Still in half cover, she is going to send there's a bolt basically from the ceiling. It looks like it's coming from the sky. Make a dex save with a 17, Justin.
That's actually my best thing. Let's see what happens. Boom!
Oh shit! Well, it's a half damage on a save, so
oh come on!
It's 3d10 lightning damage in half, so 15, 7. As a bolt of blackish reddish lightning bolts down from the ceiling as if coming from the sky above and through the ceiling down to hit you. 35 total damage. You're pretty badly injured as well. But that is it for her turn. She's still. You know what? She actually is going to try to get herself away. She doesn't have any special action to do this, so Norok will have an opportunity attack, but she's going to try to extricate herself. You know what? Oh shit! I forgot one other thing. Pogo, make a Nature or Arcana check. Arteme, make a Nature or Arcana check, and Norok, Nature or Arcana. Right.
I cannot roll a fucking anything today for those type of things.
Arteme, you see those fibrous masses, which are these things right here. You see those?
Yep.
Those 2 things. You see a thin trail of a reddish energy kind of going between them and her, and that's where her wounds begin to stitch back together again. And she rushes through the entangling area. It doesn't appear to slow her at all, and she makes it to about here. Looks like she's heading straight for Sarah.
Okay.
And now Briarling 15, guys. This could be it right here.
Oh boy.
I'm not pulling punches here.
Did Norok use attack
Opportunity attack.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and make your opportunity. Yeah.
Which isn't going to matter because I'm pretty sure I'm still going to die. But
Hey, but you know what? We appreciate the party mentality here.
I'm just looking at my spirit. I'm like, if it was my turn, I could move it.
Yeah, it's a bonus action to move it. So I mean, you healing worded her already. It was right before you went down.
Yeah.
I see.
And this is why I said what I did at the end of my letter to Corn Xantalus.
I don't think that's gonna hit. Oh wait! I'm within 30 feet of you, and I haven't used your
Oh
reaction.
shit, you are? Yeah, you are.
So go ahead and re-roll that bad boy.
Cost your reaction.
Actually, I don't even know if it's a reaction. I think it's a
It is. It's your reaction to do it.
ability. Is it? Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't used one this turn though.
Yep.
Yeah.
That still misses.
Darn.
Okay.
You only get a +4 on your attack.
You had Great Weapon Master. Oh, Great Weapon Master was -5.
Yeah, so it's
Would
minus
have been
it.
9. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because so she would have just been barely blooded, but the energy that flew between the fibrous masses toward her has healed her enough that she's no longer bloody, but she is still somewhat injured. So keep that in mind. I'm going to roll something. So remember, the intelligence, as I checked earlier, an animal might continue to go after this because it might be food or whatever, right? But a more intelligent creature might go for what is a higher threat. That makes sense? Everybody understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And an unconscious person is not as much of a threat as a person coming down the stairs and staring at it. So I'm going to make a roll here. And I got a 5. So that it was just rolling that 20. It is going to turn. I think it's still going to make one. It's going to, because it has 2 attacks. It's going to make one swing at Sarah and then turn it and make one start of it. I figure that's fair, right? Everybody think that's fair?
Well, animals, yeah, because animals doesn't
And
seem
not
to
too smart.
threaten anymore.
Food. They're prey. Yeah, they're prey oriented. This
Might attack it again as see what's happening, make sure it's dead.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas this is an intelligent creature that is trying to save its own life, presumably, or at least to some extent, and sees that Arteme is an actual threat, whereas Sarah is not. At least not at the moment. But it did reach out and just smack her unconscious body on the ground, which is 2 instant failed death saves. Sarah, I'm not even going to bother rolling the damage because we got a 23 on the attack, so it still hits. And obviously you can't shield that shit, so go ahead and mark off 2 fails.
Yep.
That puts you at 2 fails and 1 success, so keep that in mind.
Boy.
And is with the other attack going to swing at Arteme.
The good news is we
path
might.
toward actual death.
The good news is we might all die. So look on the bright side.
Yeah, that'll just be a whole new campaign. Well, you succeeded on you rolled a natural 20 on the concentration to keep your healing spirit up, Fox.
Yes.
All right, it is Leroy's turn. Oh, sorry, she's the one that's down. Chilling touch faded. Guys, you're gonna hate me for this.
It's okay.
You see the healing energy. The chilling touch is gone. She can't be stopped from healing anymore. The healing energy from those fibrous masses seeps into her, and she stands back up. That's the end of her turn, though. It is Artemis' turn.
Okay, as my bonus action.
Alright. Very first thing as the bonus with 1.
Oh, fucking A, so funny.
Great.
That's a 1, a 2, and a 1.
Yep. Sarah, no longer unconscious. You come awake with the Kaloran standing over you, and that the one of the Briar is still standing nearby. You are still in the middle of the entanglement, though. So when your turn comes, you could be grabbed by that. Keep that in mind.
She is 10 feet away from this little guy, right? From the...
Yes, which is his range, though. That is his attack range is 10 feet that you've seen.
Okay.
What were the 2 rolls? I saw. Okay, your roll. Okay, your attack. Okay, I see. What were you attacking? Oh, with Ice Knife again?
Yes.
All right. He got an 11, which fails against 15. So that hits, and he failed his dex save. The full damage. Oh, shit. Well, so much for that guy. Arteme, infuriated seeing that her friend Sarah has been knocked down yet again, brings the spirit over, and as it's traveling, flings another Ice Knife into the center of the chest of Briarling, which explodes and just blasts the bits of this kind of dried coral all over the place, sending it to its demise. You have 1 Briarling and 2 hags left. One of the hags, of course, it was only healed a little bit, so you guys can probably take it back down again. Keep that in mind. That was action, bonus action, any movement, Fox?
Nope. Sadly,
you are
I'm
seeing-
staying here.
Okay. Artemis is the only one that's recognized, by the way, that there is energy traveling between those two fibrous masses and the two hags. So, Artemis is the only one that knows that. Artemis has not shared that information.
I guess I'd kind of call out. Do you guys realize that those things are healed?
What things? I'd be more specific.
No,
The
turn.
coral. The coral.
The big bloody fucking things.
Yes.
Okay.
Norak, the hag that you had already killed, has stood back up again, and there's of course the other one behind you, and another coral light in front of you.
Alright, then I am going to. Yeah. I am going to actually, since I can see this one, turn this way. Because I could hear Artemis from where she
Yeah.
was, right? What she said.
Shouted
Okay.
over the room,
Thought
yeah.
so.
In fact,
I
it's
am
probably
good.
echoed a little bit because it's kind of a cavernous chamber.
See what happens if I throw Vulcan at that, mass of coral north of me.
Okay.
Because it's not that far away. So, and that way I don't have to leave the hag's range and everything.
You can.
So
yeah,
should I just roll a
just roll the
or
attack
what?
of the target. Yeah, its
Okay.
AC is 11. So and there's one right behind Pogo as well. So would make the attack roll G.
Okay.
I don't think
Would
you
it be?
can- your
I don't see ranged on here.
for what?
Throwing Vulcan.
Oh,
One-handed
so-
or two-handed? Is that how you change it?
No, you go to the item.
Oh,
the
yeah,
item under your item section. You'll see Vulcan there.
Okay.
Hang on. Thought I put it there. Maybe I didn't. It's the same
The
attack.
lightning damage is there.
The one-handed, yeah, the lightning damage is there. It is a you had it
So
right.
a
It's
one-
one-handed attack. Yeah, just roll it just
Okay.
like that. You have a good one hit. Yeah.
Okay.
That definitely hits. You turn over, seeing the hag standing up, and hearing Artemis shout that. You throw it end over end as the Borax goes spinning through the air and sinks into the fibrous mass of kind of fleshy bodies. Go ahead and roll the damage for it. Plus the lightning damage. It has 15 hit points, so you need to roll 3 for the lightning damage.
Yeah.
I love that
that-
the music goes off at the one, like.
As if it's still badass. That still has 2 hit points left. So that fibrous mass
Right.
there is weird. You call your axe back.
Yeah, and I could throw it again, right?
I think there's only one per turn to throw it. You still have your melee swings. Up to 2
Okay.
if you
So-
are still reckless.
Yeah, I'm still. So I can throw it again since I frenzied? Or is that.
No, it's only one. It's one ranged attack, or basically you can do one ranged plus the 2 melee,
Okay.
or basically or 3 melee. That's it. It's only one ranged attack to throw it.
Right.
So you hit the one that's in front of you only has 15 hit points. If you can take her down again, that'd be fine, and then obviously you can
Yeah.
go over and hit the other, or go hit the other fibrous mass, whatever you want to do. Or you can run up to the fibrous mass and cleave it again. You feel like you probably finish it off, but that's
No, since I still have her here, I'm just going to.
that
What
hits
was that?
21.
Why did I have. Oh, was I distracting her still?
She's still prone. She was.
Oh, she hasn't still. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, fucking murder that cunt. Sorry.
Well,
There we go.
technically, you needed to knock her back out again. She is down again. You still see the energy coming between them, but she is knocked. She had not really even stood up, even just beginning to. But yeah, that mass there is still. The mass that's north of you that you cleaved into is still there, and the energy is still passing between it. But it looks like you can probably cleave it the rest of the way if you hit it well. It's 3 damage left. It has 3 hit points left.
Okay. Then I would have. Okay, I was here, so that was
40 feet.
10, 15.
You got it. You got it.
All right, that hits. AC was 11.
So,
Well,
I mean,
with your
but
modifier-
yeah.
With your
Yeah,
modifier, it's enough to cleave it in half, and where you bring the axe down through it, it's bisected the space between where the coral's connected, and it is no longer making that route anymore. There is a scream coming from behind you as Idjith shouts out and screaming that in pain, as if she's been injured by that being cut in half.
Oh, she hasn't even felt my banjo yet.
As well as the
Okay.
line that was well, you didn't see this, but Arteme, the line that had been connecting that mass, and Leori has gone over there. It's Sai's turn.
Yeah. She's gonna hightail it.
She's able to move through that entangling, by the way. Probably not quite that far. Let's see. That is, even for her to get around there. I mean, if she's dashing, she can make it.
Yeah, she's dashing.
Okay. All right, then she is back over with the over where Sarah is. You can cast spells through her. I see what you're trying to do. Okay.
I get to cast
Mike.
spells to her, plus she's going for the healing. She's not
Oh.
stupid.
Never mind. I thought it was a selfless act. Instead, it was.
She's
very-
also not super helpful though. That's cool. That's
Well,
yeah,
she can. Arteme can cast spells through her.
that's
I would
okay.
have to prepare the spell on her to touch her first. If I'm using Cure Wounds or something through her, I need
No,
to touch
on
her.
your turn.
Sure.
Oh,
No,
on my
on your-
turn, yeah.
Yeah, on your turn, you can cast spells that are touch with her. She has to touch the target, but that's all.
Ooh,
Yeah.
maybe you'll have her. Are you gonna have her like a suicide bomb, fat witch over here?
Well, I was
No.
thinking. I thought she was using
I'd
Cure
love
Wounds.
like to watch the fox jump on it and then her cast fireball through the fox and it just all explodes.
Fireball's
that'd
not a touch spell.
Amazing fireball fox.
Right.
No,
Oh,
you're
okay.
insane.
Pogo's turn.
Sarah has sat up just lightly. You can kind of like basically, if you peeked around the corner, you can see that she appears to be conscious.
Are you okay, dearie?
But
Forgot
Idjith,
that you were almost dead.
Idjith, who resembles a crimson-skinned Mrs. Doubtfire almost, is headed straight towards Sarah, like Sarah's about to be munched. So,
Okay, so hearing, I'm guessing I was peeking around the corner here since I only had half cover. That I saw Norok run to the plant and attack it.
Yeah.
I could probably. I know he's not
it's not-
smart, but
it's,
between
it's a mass of vines and
Yeah.
animal bodies. And there's one right in
Alright.
front of you that's also pulsing as well.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make another Arcana check to see if you know. Well, Arteme did shout that out, so you would have
she
known
did
it.
shout it
even-
out. I saw him attack it. Yes, finally, I understand a thing.
now that Arteme shouted that out, you see this thin energy line line of energy rather going between Idjith and that mass that's in front of you.
But Pogo's running out of things to do. So, I can poke at him with my rapier. or I am going to, since it's not a creature, I'm going to cast Shatter. I was hoping since it's made of bones too, this might be a little bit better.
Okay,
I'm gonna
I would accept
cast-
that argument.
Shatter at level 3 because I don't have any level 2 slots available.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast it far enough away to where it hits it but does not hit me.
All right,
So I'm going to
you
hold
can-
down.
back away from it. Oh, okay, so you can cast it against like this rock.
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah,
that
I'll just
works.
cast it kind of a little further away from me
Um,
and also further away from this pillar that I'm standing by so that hopefully it doesn't collapse.
Now, because it's an object and not a creature, there's no save. It's not like I'm going to roll a
Okay.
save whether it can,
So just
where
the attack
constitution
then?
is pulled up. So it's an automatic fail for you. Basically, if you cast it like a rock, the rock can't dodge out of the way. I would suppose maybe the strength of the material density of it. Maybe I'll go ahead and roll a d20, but it's going to be low. Yeah, it's fine. You got a 6. Or I rolled a 6. So go ahead and roll roll the damage on the. Well, just roll the damage with no target.
Okay, so this is the damage with no target.
It had 15 hit points. We rolled 17. The fibrous mass explodes. Moving thundery kind of a sound there, but it explodes into bits of flesh and bone, splattering in all directions. The line between Idjith and that is similarly severed again, just like the previous had been. And Idjith screams, just roaring furiously, spins in your direction as if she's furious and coming at you maybe now. But she's
And-
noticed by that as well.
Bonus action! Spiritual banjo! Oh, that's not spiritual banjo. That's the other stuff. Get it.
I'm
Get it.
gonna. They're still there, but I'll just move it out of the way for now.
Alright.
Keep that in mind. That's
Spiritual banjo attack!
all right.
Actually, no. How far away is Norok? pretty fucked up. No idea. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. No, I'll leave my banjo wherever it was.
Okay.
And I'm gonna peek around the corner, and I'm gonna use my bonus action to actually, nope, fuck it. Sticking with spiritual banjo.
All right.
I just can't decide tonight, guys. Just can't figure it out. I don't know what I want to do. All right, let's see if it hits.
That hits. You guys' modifiers are really good now that you're getting up in level. Almost max damage. She is far more than basically. She has about a little over a quarter of her hit points left.
Take that! And then I'm gonna hide. Well, not actually hide, but I'm just gonna get back behind this pillar.
Okay. All right. Then it is Sarah's turn. You are awakened with a single hit point, no longer surrounded. You'll get a healing spirit.
Alright, well, Sarah is very angry now, and she's going to bring Shan back.
Okay.
Oh, you can do that twice? Are you kidding me?
Yep,
She
right on,
has
the
some
other,
sorcery points.
right on the other side of the banjo, so
Okay.
they're diagonal from each other.
All right. There you go.
Does my banjo get advantage?
It's not advantage. It's plus 2 in the
That's a
attack.
sentence that I didn't think I would ever say in my life.
And...
Got some good deed moments.
I forgot I was gonna move too. Didn't do my move.
Okay. Well, you said you were trying to hide, so.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Yeah, no, that's actually fine. I was just gonna move back.
Okay.
Because I wanted to just
Yeah,
get away
fine.
from him.
You still have full obstruction there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're full cover. So. 6. So that's 8
That's
for her. Her initiative.
And since she's within 5 feet, she gets disadvantage, and I am casting a light.
All right. You really want to fuck her up, huh? She succeeded. She got a 16.
God
Okay,
damn.
So I think it's still half damage, though, isn't it?
Yes.
Whoa! So many things.
All right.
Oh, I forgot to turn it off.
37. Why did it? Oh shit! 37 is half. No, that was. Hang on.
No?
It should have been. No, she took 18. Okay, she took 18. Yeah, it did it right. You rolled 37. I saw the 37. I was thinking that it should have shown me the half there, but it showed me that she took 8.
Damn, Blight can fuck shit up. And you had sorcerers doing that to us 2.5 or 3 levels ago?
Oh yeah. Blight's a great spell. I love that spell. I used it from them like almost from the start. They had like pretty much all of the Vabian mages use Blight constantly. It's a great necrotic spell. So.
And while she has her back turned, I am going 5, 10, 15.
It's hazardous terrain here in the coral, so
Is my broom right there next to me?
you still have it on you. You got knocked to the ground like while holding on to it.
Alright, then yeah, I'm just gonna hop back off of
Lift
that
up
so
first?
I can
Okay.
actually move, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
If Sai sees her move on, can she hop on with her?
Yeah.
Sai doesn't have opposable thumbs. If I would say that if Sarah, if you're willing, you did bonus action.
Size of
action on it.
fucked, right? Because
If
I'm
you're
like
Yeah,
willing,
pretty sure.
if you're willing to catch her, I guess would be the
Yeah,
thing.
as long as Sarah
with
will
one
grab
arm.
her. Yeah, Arteme, Sai will jump up towards the broom. So Sarah, seeing her, I'll say that it'll just be essentially part of your free action or movement, or your item interaction, essentially, to grab her.
Yeah, I'll grab
Good.
her, and then I'm going behind the rock and back, so hopefully she can't see me.
All
And
right.
I'm done.
Poor Norak. Norak's about to get fucking murdered because everyone's hiding.
So a wave of sickly, rotting leaves, kind of like the jungle you guys just left, or out of temporarily at least, settle on her skin and burn most of her flesh away. As much as it's left is just boils and just disgusting kind of rotting skin left on her. She is very close. That said, this coral briarling is still full health, and sees Pogo. Pogo's probably its best bet. It's the littlest one, the least threatening. You can only make it to here. No, that's 15. You can make it to here, which puts him just within range. He's going to make 2 slams at Pogo for 2 claw attacks. 22 definitely hits. Come on, hit.
Cutting words! Cutting
Damn it.
words!
He got
Cutting
a 7. I
words!
thought it was a natural 1.
No,
He
I'm
missed
using
the
cutting
thing,
words anyways. I use cutting
Okay.
words.
Alright.
How much
The
damage
regular,
I
as
take on
long
that
as
one?
they don't hit both, 8 total.
I don't want to get grappled.
Yeah, that's it. Basically, the regular hit is not very much. It's only a d6 plus 3, but if they hit with both, it's devastating. That was kind of the plan, is to make it a little riskier for him. It is Idris' turn, maybe her last. She...
I like that. I like if she comes near me, there's an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's like as soon as she tries to leave Shan's range, she's gonna be fucked. So
She's got a banjo on one side and a giant doom dog
yeah,
on the other.
She can't see anybody other than Norok. So I think.
Could
her
you just
best bet-
imagine the confusion that would go through this witch's mind right now?
These assholes just came out into her basement.
Yeah,
and started
we had
her.
such a great plan. We had a fucking eyeball on the roof. we made fucking bodyguards out of bones.
Oh, by the way, that you guys. So I'll tell you this: that there were 3 in the room when you guys started was because you guys alerted the eyeball.
I know. I figured we had.
I mean, it would have been very difficult. Yeah, it would have been very difficult to enter the house without doing that. There were other ways you guys didn't see.
Yeah.
But had you not alerted the eyeball, there wouldn't have been 3 blights at the start of the fight, which would have made things a little bit easier, of course. And Sarah wouldn't have gotten surrounded, for example.
You know what? That is a very cool DM thing to tell us because it kind of keeps our minds about how this game can work with like.
Yeah,
time
I mean,
changes.
it's for me. That's part of the stuff that I kind of appreciate is what all those variables can do. It takes a lot of thinking to kind of plan for all those contingencies, but for me, it makes it a lot more fun. I
Yeah.
that more than just the just a boring here's a
Adds a
basic-
little
So-
realism.
You're basically a strategist that will literally, when you look at a situation,
kill
you'll
you
think of you'll think of every possibility that you'll try and think of every possibility a way we'll react and how to cope with that, along with anything you're not seeing, and you could adapt easily.
I don't think he thinks as much about what we're gonna do. He thinks a lot about what the bad guys would do. Like if you made too much noise around this situation. Or, that's my biggest problem with the books. Is the books are like, no one hears you in these rooms. I'm like,
Well,
really?
so
Really?
I'll tell you, you're both right. But when I'm planning, like when I'm prepping for the session, I don't care about what you guys are going to do. I just plan for here's what the creatures are thinking, here's how they'll react to certain stimuli, etc. I don't worry at all about what you guys are doing. During the game, the opposite. During the game, it's exactly what Fox said. While we're actually playing, that's me reacting on the fly, improv essentially, to what you guys have done and how they would react to that. Because of course, the creatures are going to operate outside of your guys' influence until you're influencing them. Hence the preparation part. Anyway, but having known that you were coming, or known that something was coming down towards them from the eyeball, their preparation was, let's knit as many of these fuckers as we can, as fast as we can. The amount of time it took you to get down the stairs was about 3 of them, so I put 3 of them on the board at the start of the fight.
Gotcha. Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. See, I can't think that way. My brain does not work that way at all.
It's easier than you think. It was really hard at first. Like Ben and Becky will remember, the start of Balance was a lot rougher, I guess, because I didn't really know what I was doing when we first started our first campaign. It took me a while to kind of get in the swing of things. Plus, it took me like more than double the amount of time to prep. Nowadays, I can prep for a full session in a couple of 3 hours or so, even fully, full homebrew like this, not from a book. But back in the day when we first started, it would take me like 6 or 8 hours to prep for a session. It was ridiculous, taking like a whole day to prep for a few hours.
Gotcha.
I put like a solid 45 minutes in.
Yeah, but you're playing from the book. Like playing from the book is really easy.
I'm
It's when
like
you play
barely
homebrew,
playing from the book. I'm using the book to get place names at this point.
Well, maybe from here out, but at least up until the end of the
Oh,
last mission. But yeah.
I was, and truthfully, the books bother me. Like I like when you like have when the bad guys do things that actually seem like what they should do.
That's
what I like.
part of my biggest problem. They never have real motivations other than I'm evil, so I'm going to do evil things,
Yeah.
and that's not fun for me.
Exactly.
Like I need bad guys that have some gray area or some motivation for the reason that they're doing the bad things. Anyway, all right, so let's finish this up because we're coming close to time, and I want to at least get one quick thing after this.
Okay.
5 minutes.
Sorry.
She doesn't have many opportunities to do anything here. She sees this hound is kind of created out of shadow, and is going to try to escape as best as she can here. She's going to spend her action to dodge, and is going to extract herself and rush, I think, at Arteme. So 5. You can only make it as far as here. What's that?
Means I attack at disadvantage?
Disadvantage. Yep. So disadvantage for all attacks for this turn.
Alright, but Shan still gets her opportunity.
Shit, she ran the wrong direction. Yeah, she still gets the attack of opportunity, it's just a disadvantage. And she can make it here to her sister, which misses, okay. But her bonus action she can't use for anything nearby, so that's it. She's running back behind the curtain. You don't know why, but that's the best she can do. She doesn't have any bonus actions to do anything helpful at that moment, so Dan's turn.
Yay! So Shan
She could have made one kind of last-ditch effort, but she should have tried to run sooner, basically, is the impression you got. She was just angry about the fibrous masses. That hits.
Yes.
I think it's over, guys. I was trying so hard to kill you fuckers this time.
I thought you were pretty close.
So it just falls. When she hits 0, Shan dissipates into smoke. She's gone. The area is still down. They are no longer healing anymore, so there's just 2 corpses on the ground. It is Artemis' turn. There is one Briarling left that is over by Pogo.
Okay.
You guys have another 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes? That'd be okay?
I do.
I would need like a 2-minute break.
That's fine. But if you know what you're going to do, go ahead and just tell me real quick, and then we'll do your 2-minute break.
Katana, everyone or
You
just her?
Fox said she
So-
needs a 2-minute break, so.
Okay, so wait, that didn't go on Sarah. I was switching to Sarah the tracker, but
Through Sai? Okay.
yeah, through Psy, so I'm using Cure Wounds as a 3rd level spell to heal her
Alright.
as much.
Thank you.
So much better. She's only down 25 hit points out of 56 now, so much better shape now.
And then I'm going to bonus action move.
The healing spirit touches her. That gets a heal as well. So another 3 hit points.
Okay.
Sarah's in the best shape now of all of you. Maybe not Pogo. No, yeah, Sarah's in the best shape. Pogo and Norik are still jacked up.
Well, I can't see that. Well, I can now.
Oh,
see.
you're fine. No,
I'm pretty far away.
Yeah, she needed it, so.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Okay. That means nobody's stitching anymore, so it is Norik's turn. So everybody's dead. Nothing is moving anymore except for that Coral Briarling that is shambling towards Pogo, trying to smack him with its viney fingers. We haven't had a session taken, or a fight take an entire session at a time.
This is a cool fight. I mean, there's a lot of fucking things going on.
I
Would
try.
have been over a lot sooner if I didn't roll like 3 4s in a row on Arcana checks.
Yeah.
It was a little
And
rough.
Artemis' rolls of healing were 1, 2, and 1 for the first one. She rolled much better there. This one's not injured yet, G, so it might take you a couple hits.
Okay.
That hits.
I'd give you Bardic Inspiration, but I am completely out.
It was a good boss fight as far as resources are concerned. You guys, did really well, of course, too. But as far as
Honestly, if Arteme hadn't shown up, at least one of us would have been dead.
yeah, she's safe, Sarah.
At
for sure.
least.
And
Because those other things had a lot of movement, so those other things could have also ran all the way to
yeah,
me.
they could move. They could move along those red lines.
Mhm.
He's toast.
Sweet.
Yeah, 25 hit. Norik just cleaved through him. All right, so
Pogo
with them
is
dead-
running behind the curtain as soon as battle is over to see if there's anything hiding back here.
Okay. Then
Sure. Good idea.
what?
I said Sarah's headed that way as well.
I want to
Behind.
get there first. Oh no.
All right. Well, actually, I need Fox back for the whatever ready check. Real quick.
I'm gonna go take a
You're
break
fine,
too.
I
She
just
said
don't
2
wanna-
minutes. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're fine. Go ahead.
Ah, tied up in my cords.
Did you say tied up in cords?
I think so.
I didn't know how long it was going to take you guys to get through this fight, so I was trying to get as much prepped as after here, basically, what you guys might do today before it kept getting in the way, and then I had a couple of things come up. So I still have quite a bit more, probably another couple sessions worth at least. This one took quite a while. Makes sense that it would, of course. I just don't know how long it would take.
Well, a lot of times boss fights end up going into 2 sessions for us. Unless,
Well, I mean,
well, there's been a couple times, I think, hasn't there?
yeah, especially earlier on there were, because it was just the 3 of you, but with Pogo's help, like, Pogo adds a lot of utility and some extra healing and stuff for you guys. Like him CCing one of those hags, that helped a lot, because that was one more light that would have come out, one more of the Briarlings. And, keeping the others from, like, the right at the start there, he did the Hideous Laughter, that got 1 Hypnotic Pattern, another one, and the hag. all that kind of stuff. So I mean, that stuff helps a lot because it would have been extra damage and extra kind of things to take time essentially. That made this battle last a little longer. But the big fight, the big kind of, I don't know if you guys realize what I was intending for. I didn't come anywhere near close to this, but what I was with the, I mean, I'm not half as as I would need to be to be able to pull this off. But the big fight at Dunskathak right before the Crowfoot was summoned, the big fight with the giant and everything. You remember that mud?
Yeah.
The tone I was aiming for there that I didn't, again, like I said, I'm not anywhere near good enough DM to pull this off, but the tone I was aiming for was Helm's Deep in Lord of the Rings. Just a massive kind of siege army coming out.
I'm back, by the way.
So that's what I was aiming for, but like that fight I think took most of a session, but not the entire session, whereas this one literally took the entire time. So although we did start interview.
Hello.
Oh, okay. All right. Fox is back. All right. Then in that case, guys, Arteme, you see both Pogo and Sarah rushing off to get to the curtain to try to look behind it because they were kind of aware that something had snapped one of the hags out of their concentration, out of their hypnosis from behind the curtain there. So running back to look for further threats, they push their way through the curtain there. Sarah's still holding Sai, so I guess, Arteme, are you going to step onto the coral and try to move through? Or you still don't, the whispers are there, but they're very muted.
I'm gonna dash through here to where there's no problem.
Okay. Alright, so you
then,
dash into the center. Go ahead.
When I get here, I'll dash here and use my knife to hack away part of the curtain.
Oh, is this the coral curtain?
Yeah.
Oh.
This line is the coral curtain. The one that you moved through.
I would have definitely cut through it if I thought it was like a coral. That's funny. I was picturing like an actual like theater curtain.
That's kind of what the token that I used, the art for the asset for it, that is what that's supposed to be, as a theater curtain. What I was describing is like hanging threads of that fiber, the same way that it was in the doorway, except much thicker. So they don't hurt you. You just kind of push them out of the way.
I got it that it was in the doorway. I just thought that was funny. The whole time I'm picturing this room like with big random theater curtain. Like they're like, I love this room, but we really need to add a woman's touch.
They love the musical Cats, but
yeah. Don't forget, once we get enough blood and bones, we got to put our play on.
Nobody searched the bodies either. Keep that in mind too. But as far as what you behind the curtain area, though, as you push your way behind there, Arteme moving the spirit around to top everybody off.
Oh, thank you, Arteme. Thank you. I did my best to take care of this lovely body I'm borrowing.
Stitching Arteme wounds back together on Pogo.
So what is this? A hole? Is there a giant hole?
I'll just delete the wounds on the box. Fine.
Okay, sure. Yeah, because that's making too much sense.
Yeah, exactly. Well, just because it's loud, and I don't want to take too long. You're fine. All right. So yes, what you against the far wall after you step through the curtain there is a deep kind of a chimney that has been dug down through the floor. It's irregular in shape. It's about 10 feet across in some places, but only like 6 to 7 in others. It's not a smooth floor. But the coral passes down over the edge and then down through this kind of rough-hewn hole in the floor. But just above the hole, like webbing over it, the same way that there was the body of Ramanath, which, by the way, Arteme, I forgot to tell you this. When you ran down the stairs, as soon as you broke out of the vision that you were stuck in, as soon as you ran down the stairs, you saw the body of an elf you recognized, a man that used to run a collector's shop back in Termos. This must have been his home. But his body, although desiccated and run through coral vines, was laying at the top of the stairs, like he'd been pulled out of the way by Norak, probably.
Okay.
You ran past his body when you came down here. But anyways, for the rest of the party, the way that his body was kind of webbing over the top of the stairs almost, you're seeing the same kind of webbing of this coral on top of this hole. It's kind of this complicated knot that's been sewn together, blocking the way down. It looks kind of like the way that the coral blights were sewn together. It looks like a weaved mesh almost, and it's combining seaweed with red coral, with those fibrous strands in this kind of intricate pattern. And in the center, directly over the hole, it's been stitched together to resemble 3 kind of diamond-shaped eyes almost, like almondy diamond-shaped eyes, like squat and wide. Very similar to what you had seen previously, Arteme, the drawing that you were shown. In fact, actually similar to what Pogo had described to Ozzy. Yeah. and it's kind of just sewn into the top of the like a tapestry almost.
Do you guys think
tapestry of what? Sorry.
It would be a very rough tapestry, but it's essentially each other, a vertical row of 3 eyes that are those, just like that picture that I showed you, Fox.
Oh, okay.
That Nonway had shown you. Yeah, just like that.
Do you think that thing's down here, or do you think they were trying to summon it? Does anyone know?
You do see the coral goes down the chimney.
What happens if I cut the fucking coral? I'm gonna cut the coral with my rapier, just try to cut through it.
Your rapier, it's pointy. It's not really sharp. You could try. It would just take a lot of effort. It'd be like trying to do it with like a dull butter knife.
No, Doc! I need your massive fucking muscles. And while he's coming out,
this is Doubtfire shouting.
I'm gonna use my dagger to start cutting the heads off these things because I don't trust that they're not gonna come back.
Okay.
And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna search through their bodies to see if there's anything interesting. Okay. I'm gonna be careful because they look fucking gross.
I don't want to touch them just because they're made of the coral or look like they're covered in.
I don't think they're covered in coral.
Normally
they don't look made of it, but they certainly appear to be maybe of the same ecosystem that you saw. Guess I'll say that for Fox.
They're like friends of the coral.
Actually, Sarah, give me a perception check.
Does anyone have a sack?
For the heads? You're trying to keep the heads?
I need a bag!
Give me a medicine check for Pogo, and what is Norak and Artemis doing?
Wasn't right.
I'm gonna ask Sarah if she could lower us.
I'm gonna make soup!
I meant to do that, but no, sorry.
You're fine. Sarah, you see something red on the ground to the side of you that's kind of glinting a little bit on the dirt right here. You were not close enough to see this, but it is where one of the hags was standing before coming out from behind the curtain. Pogo, you are doing your best to saw through. I mean, it's going to take a lot of arm strength to get this. You finish through one of them, taking the head off. Checking through the pockets. In the first one, this one here, as you're kind of sawing through the head and kind of sifting through the pockets with your other hand, make a sleight of hand check for Pogo. And what were you doing, Norak?
What is it? Didn't they want me to go in there and see if I can smash up the coral on top of that hole?
Well, that's what Pogo shouted for you. He said he needed, but it's up to you what you're doing.
So I'll go in there and see if I can just swing at it with Vulcan, see if I can smash it up.
If something comes out of the hole, let's run away!
Yeah, good idea. Be ready to run, guys, I'll tell you.
Tower, Justin. So it's just social skills, and sleight of hand doesn't need to be in the tower. It's just social skills and stealth. But anyways, so the reason I had you do that one, Pogo, is you reach into a pocket and you've touched something in there that feels very sharp, and your fingers just barely miss the tip of it. Like it was like if you were trying to pat down a junkie and he had.
Do you have any needles on you? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you pull out a carved.
Okay, guys, they're just junkies.
You pull out a carved red. It looks like carved bone, but it's probably coral based on the material that it looks like. But pull it. It's a sewing needle that was in her pocket, and you almost jabbed your hand on it, but you managed to pull it out carefully. Sarah, you saw the same thing magical. On the ground. The piece you saw on the ground is another of those sewing needles. There's 2 actually, but each of you found 2, but only one is this red. The other one just looks like a regular knitting needle. What was Artemis doing? Sorry, Fox.
I was asking Sarah if she could lower us down with the broom.
Oh, down the hole?
Fuck that!
Well, it's still covered at the moment, so Norak, go ahead and give me. It's stationary. It's not, the webbing isn't moving or anything. So you take your axe and try to kind of force your way through it a little bit, the way that you might through the jungle when you had to hack through some of the dense underbrush there. But as soon as your axe begins to sink into the mesh, those whispers booming out from it are very difficult to ignore. Very, very loud and echoing through the room here. Give me a wisdom save, Nora.
The needle on the ground that I found is also red?
Yeah. You found a set as well. One red and one like a steel, like a normal needle.
I'm gonna use Mage Hand to pick them up. I'm not touching
Okay. Artemis, you do that. You pick it up with Mage Hand. It doesn't appear to react or do anything else. You did hear Pogo, who is sawing through the heads of the hags on the outside. Similar to Pound One as well. But Artemis, you watching Norak, as soon as he kind of sunk the axe through it, his like his whole body kind of goes limp a little bit. He falls forward onto one knee and kind of collapses almost halfway into the hole, axe slipping from his hand down the hole.
Oh! Snake's knowing ya!
I'm going to pull him back.
He's a little heavy for you, but that's where we're going to go ahead and end the session. Is right there.
Oh,
Okay.
So we ran a little late anyway. So let's
that's
see
fine.
for next week, the 21st. Everybody good for the 21st?
Yeah.
Probably as of right now.